Somebody, because obviously it's money.
It was lit in this bitch.
So I mean, I guess we can just go ahead and start. We ain't even gonna be official or nothing. This is a, you know, hey, welcome everybody
this a real pod.
yeah, welcome everybody to this week's episode of the podcast.
We already here, might as well.
Yeah, we here. It's been wild over here for the past 45 minutes.
All we need is 30 minutes.
But that's the stuff that we can't show you on YouTube. Like it,
Man.
they're gonna have to stay exclusive. You know, you might have
She
to
said
pay
she had
for
a
it.
pod though. You get that permission.
Wait, did she say she had a pod or a talk show? She said a talk show.
I'm trying. No talking is going on if I ever meet her. First of all,
I can't.
sorry.
Apparently, she's my third cousin.
Weren't y'all just talking about third cousins in the Discord the other day?
Second cousins.
I can't get it, baby.
Yeah.
No, Ree was talking about third cousins, like what he would do.
I'm gonna lay.
You almost got to get it stuff.
I mean,
Get it.
third cousin to third cousin.
Oh wow. But
that's
but yeah,
that's Tim.
we here.
She was anyways.
Bro, she was
Yeah, you
talking
missed
to
it.
me.
Woo!
Hey,
You
we
Talking to me.
You have to check that later, Lance. Oh, he gonna have to cut it. That's the first thing you gotta cut and put that shit in Discord.
Nah, don't cut it. We keeping it raw, straight to the
Nah,
point.
no, like he just gotta cut that.
No. Like I'm not posting I'm not posting this on YouTube, but I'll send it to you in the Discord.
Email me that or something. I need that.
Bet. He said I need that. He said I'm fucking too slick.
He said he needed it. He was there live. He was the one dealing with it. Like
I need that. I need that in a tub.
But yeah, so I don't even know where to go from here because it's already been wild over here. Slajo done already pulled some girl's number.
I pull it.
He about to have someone fly from New York to come see him.
Okay.
He gonna get some girl to make him touch his toes.
No, that never. No, relax.
Like
Relax.
she was saying all kinds of stuff.
That's
She
not
said
what
she
happened.
gonna. Okay, you know what?
That's not what. Hey, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Oh, you sure about that?
Hey,
Courtney,
look,
who do you want to agree with, me or Slajo?
Bro, the video not gonna lie. We good. Hey, it's all on camera.
He said already
It's all
ready
on
to come
camera.
out of there.
It's all on camera.
That was the most wild organic.
She might have said, she might have
Nigga sound like
mentioned
Tory
something
right
like that. But a
Bro,
real
she
nigga-
really
a real nigga
just took the cam, took the
in real
mic, and
ways.
she put COVID all over Dash's mic. Like it was.
She put more than COVID on that mic.
all over that.
Shit.
So
Where she at?
No, she did. She gone. She dipped. Like,
she gone?
as soon as you
She
came
come
in is when she
She
left.
gave me the
Like,
digits on.
back.
I'm recording. She threw the digits to me.
She need to come back.
That's like,
so,
I can just send her straight from here to Austin. I mean, it ain't no thing. Let me stop. I forgot we recording.
Hey, who y'all got? Who y'all got? Bucks or Chiefs?
My homeboy.
I'm going Chiefs.
My home is still alive? All right.
I'm going Bucks.
oh, so you're the one that put that $2.3 million bet down on them?
Shit, I wish I would have.
Must have been you. Shit, if I did that, I wouldn't be on this podcast. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
I'm guessing those are
Yeah.
the shoes she threw on the floor. I'm thinking
I
of
don't
the
know.
shoes she threw on the
Oh,
floor.
who is in there? Somebody in there with me.
Oh, there's gonna be people in Courtney's room throughout this entire podcast. I believe.
Oh shit. What's happening with y'all?
Red ass eyes.
What's good? They
That
definitely.
nigga Courtney is a butter.
Oh, he
I'm
ate
gonna
tequila
eat.
shots
What
deep.
about me?
Yeah, he
talking about
leaning,
the
bro.
owner,
That nigga is
I'm talking about
hovering on
What
Eli
about me?
Thomas.
I said them red ass eyes with your high ass.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's what's your boy name?
That's John. Yeah.
John. Yeah. I don't
Aaron
know
said
that.
it's Aaron over here.
Aaron, who, Slater?
Yeah, it's Slater.
What's going on, Slater?
He said what up?
Chilling. Already
He
know.
said chilling.
I'm sorry. I don't know if he heard that. I'm
What's
sorry if
Scooter
he did.
He said, "What's Scooter doing?"
Nigga, shit. Whatever you want.
He said, "Whatever you want."
Whatever the hell he want.
Don't nobody ask you about his
Nigga doing what he want.
He having his way, really.
Grown ass man on the beach chilling.
Grown ass
Right.
man on the beach. Where the beach? What
You know,
beach?
it's Pensacola. That nigga chilling, man.
Oh,
yeah.
your brother moved to Pensacola?
Yeah, my brother's been out there. He a
I
beach
didn't even
dog,
know.
man. Probably terrorizing niggas out there.
Where?
Bro, Pensacola, beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, I
That's
fuck with
where-
Pensacola.
Corey, I thought you wore a 10. They say 9 medium.
What are you talking about?
These.
Yeah, it's something.
This is about to be the whole pod right here.
It
Fuck it.
depends.
I mean, we'll start eventually.
Since I wear nine-
Technically, we've already started.
Nine and
That's my
10.
point. See, that's how it goes sometimes.
But yeah, on me, I
We ain't
think
got shit to talk
I
about
think
anyway.
Tampa Bay really gonna win though.
Oh, see, he tried to slide back into the football conversation.
I like
Yeah.
it. Hey man,
I
you
really
gotta,
think Tampa
gotta
Bay
be
gonna win.
professional.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. I think they got the defensive edge there. just enough, and the Tampa Bay can always answer on offense. So
Yeah, but they
a
said
shootout,
that
I think.
Whitehead and Antonio Brown are doubtful for the Super Bowl. So that defensive
don't
backfield,
matter.
that
Antonio
defensive
Brown,
backfield
That
takes a
don't
hit.
matter.
Like
Yeah.
against the Chiefs,
It takes a little hit, but
a safety that was out there when Tyreek was torching him for 200 in the first quarter going to be out the game. So you think the backup going to help out?
I think they'll be able to answer.
Parents from like, oh, it's bedtime.
Every
I don't know.
time.
I don't know. I'm just really riding on the.
And that's Tom Brady, man.
They
I
got
really
Tom.
think he.
They just
I really-
they got
Damn,
It's
Lance,
TV, bro.
your audio hella clear. What type of mic you using?
my iPhone.
That's the 12.
Y'all paid all that money for the microphone. Sladro, get your
That's
iPhone
a-
11, bro. We good.
That's the
And
11.
11.
Yep.
Damn.
iPhone 11.
He got it sitting at the echoing at the bottom of a cup. Siri, I'm not talking to you, ho. What are you doing?
You trying to clown?
So what? It
Nah,
was three of
my
us
phone
said
just
Chiefs
started
and
Hey, really, it's the 2K case, but we ain't gonna say anything else about it.
is Lance the only one that said Bucks?
I said Bucks too.
He said,
Oh, okay,
That's
so it's
important.
2-2.
3-2, because C said Chiefs already.
Oh, okay.
In spirit.
And we already know Jordan's going Chiefs. So that's 4-2.
yeah, of course.
And then I don't think Reed likes Tom Brady,
There you
I
go.
mean,
Hell no.
so it
That's
might be
why I
5-2
voted.
Chiefs.
That's why I voted for Chiefs already.
Now we obviously don't know who Dev going for. You know, free Dev.
Dad don't know he be going forward. That nigga be switching it up.
What y'all on?
What we own?
Nigga, we having a convo. What you
You've been here the whole time.
Right?
He's
Was
watching
your
the
audio not
background. What
on? You just said your
mean?
only your camera's gonna be off, but you're gonna be listening.
I was in the
We
next
asked
room
her,
putting
like,
a
I asked
baby
a
in
real
his
straight
bed.
Like-
question and everything.
He
like-
said,
Hey, you know what? You leave and come back like you got some class. Yeah. Come in here with y'all on. Nigga, we on the podcast. That's what we on.
Like, yo,
With y'all on.
what?
I got back-to-back picks. James Robinson.
Oh,
What
my
happened
God.
now?
So,
Yeah,
yo,
that's that
Lance,
extra
you see this?
100%.
You see this Stafford shit, huh?
Huh?
You see the
Yeah,
Stafford
boy.
Shit, huh?
I didn't hear shit you said. You echoing.
The Stafford shit, bro. The Matthew
Stafford? What? No, what happened?
To the
Stafford
He
to the
got
Rams.
traded to the Rams
For who?
Two
for
first.
Jared Goff, 2 firsts and a 3rd.
Woo!
Yes.
Yes, sir. Win now. I like it.
They won it. I mean, but look, Stafford
He better than
cold,
Goff.
bro. Stafford,
Yeah.
alright, bro.
Love Stafford, yo.
He threw for 5K before. That's not.
I was saying,
Hey,
Yeah,
he ain't never had
yeah.
he ain't never had a defense like the Rams defense before either.
He sure as hell ain't had a coach like McVay.
No,
Never
hell
had
no.
Defense.
Hey, that's good for him though. That's good for him.
He
Hey,
ain't never been in no system like that.
He
hey,
never
the
had a
Rams,
receiver like Cooper Cup either.
so the Rams gave
All
up
right,
the-
now we ain't gonna be disrespectful like that.
Just
Like,
saying. We just
Damn.
said it.
I thought I was
Megatron
gonna be the one to say too much. I can't even top that.
I've said too much today already.
Yo, talk
Hey, so,
Hey, yo.
so LA gave up the
my
picks.
goodness.
LA
Yeah.
gave up.
Yeah.
yeah, LA gave up the picks.
You know, Les Sling don't care about
they
no
win-
first.
Bro, that owner is rich. He is in win now mode, bro. He don't care about.
I mean, the
business.
thing is, like, if Stafford performs the way they perform, the picks are gonna be in the high 20s, low 30s anyway. If they perform,
I mean,
so.
they got them. They're in the high 20s this year,
Yeah.
and that's with golf.
or low 20s, same shit. And that's with golf, who is.
Yeah, so
Hey,
it's
at
not
least
like it's
golf
not
did
like
his thing.
it's not like the Texans
I
giving the
don't
Dolphins their pick and being
do they
in
have
the
a
top
first
5.
this year?
No, they gave it up for Ramsey.
They go.
There you go.
Yeah, they ain't got no first for like 3 years, so they big chillin'. They big.
Hey,
chillin'.
that's the.
But
That might be
but
all right
it's-
for them. I can't
It's
even.
not like the NBA. You can find good like draft player in the second, third,
Yo.
fourth.
Yeah,
That's how bad golf is, bro. They picked him in the first and was like, nah, we don't need no more
That's
first.
how I beat. You gotta
That's
stop
crazy.
playing-
Like
That's
why they
crazy.
max-
That's how they should have did Wentz. That's so wild to me.
No,
But
it's
whatever.
you gotta stop paying players because they went to the Super Bowl. That's just
Right.
irrelevant, dog.
right.
He was trash when he scored 3 points in the Super Bowl. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Sure. Bye. You can go.
That should have told immediately.
But coaches and GMs feel like if they get rid of their quarterback, then they know they failed. But not.
see, I
sometimes
think
you gotta
the
bite
problem
that
is like Wentz has had one god awful season, one terrific season, and the rest have been
Bluff.
This year was-
average to good.
bullet.
Golf
What
has
was the
only
god-awful
had
year?
one good season, and the rest have been, I won't say
What was-
god awful, but they've been
Excuse
pretty
me?
bad.
Because Golf been beating up on trash defenses his whole career. When he play a defense that's halfway decent, he play like shit. But that division been half his career. That division been trash, except for the Seahawks that been consistent. But other than that, you've been playing the Cardinals and the 49ers twice a year. 49ers basically have had one good year under Shanahan. They always riddled with injuries. And then the rest of his career, it's 50-50 with Golf.
But it's the best division in football right now, I think.
Now it is. But even this year,
it was the best division. What, damn near last year?
Even this year, San Fran was sus because all them injuries.
And they still was a tough out.
Yeah, you read about that.
Still was a tough out. But nah, I mean, I'm sick though because he ain't come to the Saints. But it's all good. We can't get nothing.
I'm just glad he ain't go to Carolina, dog.
Me too. I take that. If I had to choose us,
but Carolina's in the sweepstakes for Deshaun Watson though.
Nah, he ain't. After that trade, ain't nobody trading for him.
if Stafford went for that, good luck. Good luck.
You're gonna have to give up a king's ransom for Watson.
Look, the Eagles might as well swap Watson and Wentz because that's the. I mean,
we don't have the draft capital for that.
Oh yeah.
Because our cap situation is terrible. We need all the draft picks we got. Like we
don't hype them boys up.
We cannot afford any draft picks whatsoever.
It sound good though.
I was telling Dash there might be a situation we might need to trade back and get more picks because we ain't gonna be able to sign anyone.
Yes,
what picks do you have?
I mean, we got the 6, but I was saying like if for some strange reason like both Chase, Surtain, and Smith are all gone by the time we pick, potentially think about trading.
Nah, they ain't gonna all be gone.
That's why I said for the off chance.
I feel you.
But I mean, teams that have already called them. I think they said Washington's already called, Carolina's already called, the Rams called, but obviously they got Stafford.
About San Fran.
I'm kind of thinking that Houston's gonna get less for Watson.
New York has called.
Less.
It happened like
because they just mishandled so much at this point.
It happens like that sometimes. So to be honest,
you're
you
right.
See right around the corners.
It all depends on the team desperate or not. So
free agency 6 weeks away now. So that 6 weeks, that shit chop away real quick.
That cap ain't gonna be the same.
Cap is a myth. You'll be hyped.
They gotta announce that first.
The Rams have no cap, and they're gonna take a big cap penalty on Golf. And Reagan Stafford, the cap is a myth, man. I'm trying to tell y'all this. They just seem to y'all every day.
It's based on what you're willing to pay.
I'm waiting to see how the money works out on that trade, though.
Golf is making more than Stafford.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying on Golf and how they taking that cap hit on the signing bonus and all of that. What's the dead money gonna be?
Actually, that was just pulled. I was actually just reading it.
That's my point. Like that's why I'm telling y'all, cap is nothing in the NFL.
Let me see. I think
if you want the player, now if you don't want him, that's when it become a little tricky.
If the cap is 180, I don't know what's about to happen this year, man. With a lot of teams, there's about 10 teams that's in some trouble. I'm not gonna say a lot of trouble, but
all right. So here it is.
Yeah.
The Rams inherit the 2-year, $43 million remaining on Stafford's contract. The Lions will carry a $17.8 million dead cap in 2021. The Lions inherit 4 years, $106.6 million on Jared Goff's contract. So the Rams will carry a $22.2 dead cap hit. Jared Goff has $43 million in fully guaranteed money left on his deal. Yada 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 yada, and another $15.5 million roster bonus due on the second day of the 2022 league year.
That's actually not as bad as I thought it was.
No.
Yeah, 4 years, $100 million, not that bad though.
Nope.
Nah, not at all.
That's 25 a year. That's average.
That's about as long as Dan Campbell gonna last.
25 base salary in 2021. A $2.5 million roster bonus due on the second day of 2021, and then the $15.5 roster bonus on the second day of 2022.
Yeah, that's about as long as Dan Campbell gonna last there.
Yeah, that's not bad though. They can rock with that.
He gonna bite some
meat.
That
cap hit for the Rams is kind of a lot though, but whew, I don't know how they gonna make that work. Well, I know how. The owner rich.
Yeah, you know.
How it's gonna make it work. He could just pay it. He on I forgot what soccer team he on. They chilling. They big chilling.
Is that the Galaxy or the football club or whatever?
I think he on like a real, no disrespect to MLS. I think he on like a real soccer team.
Oh,
No disrespect to.
nah, but all disrespect.
It's like I'm gonna look it up.
Lance, what you
Sheesh.
staring at, bro?
Yeah, he's worth 8.5
On a game.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, bro, you look at you in
yeah,
a
I'm in
yeah.
a
game.
Bro,
rec
2K
game.
this whole
I'm
game.
in a whole rec game. We are hooping.
When the truth come out.
Herman, he on Arsenal, so he on a real team. Yeah, he get money. He chilling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He fine. He ain't worried about that
He's
shit.
worth 8.5 bill. That little
They
20 bill cap
They
hit.
just trying to recoup on the stadium at this point.
Exactly. Which the city paid for too. So
Yeah, yeah.
And tiny dumbass go along with everything he said.
Whew. So
look at that.
what can Houston ask for at this point for
Whatever
Watson?
they want.
3 first, tour in a second. That's what I want. Give me that. We can start talking. I want both of your first this year, your first next year. And then we can talk.
Should the Jets go after him?
No, personally.
What do you think?
Because you're in the same boat you are now with less draft capital. You got a quarterback, and that's it. And now you ain't gonna even be able to get them weapons. So I don't get it.
I mean, they got the cap room for the free agents.
Ain't nobody.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that people actually want to go there.
If you
I
got
mean, if
that
Watson's there,
listen,
it's a different story.
Name a good team. with
This
a lot
ain't the
of cap room
NBA
right now.
though, man.
You can't. It's not a good team with cap room. All the bad teams, they operate at 0 for a reason.
Dog, I'm looking at this
Yeah.
wide receiver free agent list. We talking about Allen Robinson, Kenny Galladay.
Restricted.
Like, there's a lot of names running down this list.
You just
But
named two.
Some of those people are restricted. So like Galladay, good luck getting them. If they put that friend, you got to give up 2 first for him. You're not doing that.
And if
That's
Big
the-
Ben
Watson-
restructures his contract, I really
You're not
don't
gonna
see
have a
Juju
first.
leaving Pittsburgh.
I don't care.
I don't think Washington tries to retain Galladay with his injury history, his age, and then
Washington.
He meant Detroit. It's cool.
I meant Detroit.
He
I was about to say.
He knows who Galladay is. However,
Yeah.
Washington should be the one sending everybody. With that defense, whoo, I'm telling you.
Oh
it's a
yeah.
wrap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they basically could have beaten the Bucks this year. Shout out to
They should have beaten them in the
whatever his name
wild
was.
card game, but we all know that
But-
the NFL had to,
But
do
with
their
Watson
thing.
on that team, I think you get Watson, maybe another receiver. They got a good running game, offensive line solid, D line perfection. Like, and Chase
Wait,
Young
who
next
again?
year,
Who again?
Washington.
Washington.
the football team, not the Redskins. The football team. With
Hey,
that defense,
No
with
cap.
that defense,
Yeah, that's actually
them
solid.
boys went to the playoffs this year.
That
They
D
got
line is
LaFleur.
insane.
Man, the offensive line pretty good too.
They decent.
What you mean?
I
They
mean-
top 10.
Yeah,
Their offensive
pretty
line?
good.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Nah, they just don't throw that. They just don't throw the ball out and they check down when they throw the
Well,
ball.
they can't. So Alex
That's what I'm
Smith
saying.
up
So
there
that's what it is. So
no disrespect.
I don't trust that O line 100% yet. But they solid. I'm gonna say solid. They're reliable. They're not good though.
Oh, okay.
That's the given.
I ain't gonna put them up there yet. But that team is basically just missing a quarterback, which is the bottom line. And that I definitely agree on.
They do. They pedicured.
Niggas talking about Manny's and Petties.
I told you it's going to be all kinds of
Only
random
here.
conversations coming from
Where else
Dash.
can you get this content?
Atrocious. They do.
Where else can you get the Manny Petty content?
That ain't even the content that should be talked about, but we'll get to that. And
I
so,
try so hard.
It's going to be hilarious when I think of
Yeah,
a title
that's-
for this thing.
right.
Hey, I wouldn't even need to be on here if I didn't get a moment to say that the scenic route is out for those who don't know already. You know what I'm saying? Scenic route Act 2 after, you know what I'm saying, a 2-year absence, 3-year absence. Finally done, you know what I'm saying? Put the bad boy out.
And it's cold, nigga.
Let the
I'm
people know.
getting some
That's all you
pretty
got.
good reviews of it. So I'm feeling pretty proud of myself right now.
All right.
Hey,
Give it a bean.
keep it a
Appreciate it. I'm just waiting that, you know what I'm saying, COVID kind of died down a little bit. I'm trying to give it a couple of weeks before I get out there and
You
actually start.
just demonetized us in one full stroke.
Huh?
I was trying to get one full stroke in earlier. Me,
Oh man.
just one. That's all I
Just one,
needed.
just one?
I was in and out.
In and out, huh?
All right, but y'all ain't. subscribe to Patreon to find out that content. I'm just
Bro, at the end of the day, there's someone in this group trying to get to each one of Courtney's cousins.
Oh shit.
Oh no,
Not here.
Cousin.
For the record.
We all with the same cousin. I'm gonna let that be known too.
No, not here for the record.
Yo, that Lance is not happy about that. I see your face, bro. It's okay.
I'm cooling, bro.
He playing 2K. I'm on Madden. We just here.
Are you still in your fantasy draft?
Yeah. We still here doing the thing. Haven't drafted a skill position player yet.
Niggas still play Madden?
Yeah.
No, me. I get down.
It's disgusting.
I just joined a whole nother league.
Me too.
On next gen?
No, I ain't got my next gen console. I told you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They still waiting, man. Stop flexing.
My bad. Nah, bro.
He ain't flexing. I told him. I could get one now, but I told him April.
Somebody invite me to an next gen league so that I don't have to. That's like 15 days max.
I got other things I'm trying to
tell you
right now.
Trying to tell me what?
Me too.
Slide in the next gen league.
I can get it. I'm not trying.
We about to reboot.
Yeah, about the reboot.
Yeah, because they added members. So he's like, yo, I think they're up to like 22 or something like that right now.
Damn.
I'm chilling on it.
Ain't nobody picked teams or nothing like that yet. I'm trying to convince them to draft. I don't think that's happening.
Nigga, no.
Did you see that?
I'm not sitting in that draft. That's dead.
Yeah, that draft
That's so
was
dead.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I've been playing without my offensive playbook, which is killing me.
I'm sitting in the draft right now, and this is not it. I'm
Playing all suggestions and shit.
This is pure cheeks.
What round you in?
12.
Yikes. That's tough.
See you in the morning.
My team, I know they're not. Once I get my quarterback, I'm out. I'm gonna get a quarterback, a fast receiver, and they can fill in the rest. I'm chilling because my team already set.
That draft be dropping all the old heads on you when you let it rock, when you let the computer do that shit.
Oh yeah, but it's cool. I got the old heads. I mean, ain't got that much time left. You want to hit my front? You want to hit my front seven real quick?
Yeah.
All right. At D tackle, we got, y'all might not know him, but he like that. Matthew Iodonis. He plays for the Redskins.
Yeah, he plays for Washington.
99 strength, 90 power moves.
God damn.
88 finesse moves. And he's my worst D lineman. Let's get that out the way. Then I got left end, JJ Watt, we in there. Right end, just a little Joey Bosa, nothing crazy. Left line.
He just dropped out, or did I just drop out?
No, his mic dropped out. Hey, Slater,
it totally shit the bed.
Your audio, it went out.
I think he's still telling us. He can be like, they do not sound impressed.
Nah, I know my shit went out.
There you go.
I already know my shit went out. I was like, damn.
Your image frozen too.
Oh shit, well.
Oh, there you go. You good.
My Wi-Fi been tripping. I don't know what y'all heard.
We heard JJ Watt, Matt Ioannidis.
Oh,
and
Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa, okay.
Next. Von Miller, Chandler Jones. So yeah, that's my front six. My 3 down linemen and my outside linebackers, and I think the computer just picked for me. That's unfortunate.
Oh shit. Who they grab?
It's gonna be some bullshit.
Always.
Oh my god. Oh, Drew Brees is. We chilling. All right, we chilling. I'm gonna get him his second Super Bowl. Fuck that. We gonna get that Super Bowl number 2.
This league I'm in, it's kind of booty. I think I'm gonna slide out of it. They let you do an age reduction on one player, and when they let you do that, they give you a 7-year contract on the player for like basically the minimum. And the dude that had the Saints did it to Drew Brees, and I'm like,
yes, sir. See, I like it, but then when you do something like that, it's just wild, bro.
Right. I'm like, now contracts, you know what I'm saying? Contracts basically don't mean shit when you do that with a quarterback.
I guess it's late, so people just trying to do anything they need to get people playing. So I guess. I wouldn't. I don't like that though, personally.
But like,
yeah,
we
didn't do the age reduction, but the league I just joined, they did the same thing with the contract.
What is Drew Brees' throw power on here? Let's see how much they lie.
I think it's like 88 or 89 or something like that.
They lying. It shouldn't be no more than Jalen Hurts, and his is an 84.
Now I'm super curious.
Bro, what the fuck is happening?
I hope you didn't look. I hope you didn't look at a player because it'll freeze your whole shit up.
Oh no, I'm chilling. Wow, game is fine. I don't know what's wrong with this laptop situation here or whatever. I don't know. My shit like going in and out. Shit's all good. Dre talking?
Nah. He just chilling.
I just mouthed something. But I didn't actually say anything.
I was like, I know I ain't going crazy. I was like, I know I'm not going crazy. I mean, I know.
I also do want to make it known that another Friday has gone by and not a single one of the big three artists dropped music.
Yeah, Drake fault. Everybody thought Drake was coming, so nobody, was trying to be around him.
He fell back. He tore his ACL or something like that, right?
Yeah. Drake usually stay getting hurt.
He got hurt like an NBA player. I'm like,
man, what?
And
they was giving out injury reports on him like we care. Oh, Drake out this. Bro, we don't care how long he out. Man,
they talk about Drake is day to day.
Yeah, like come on, dog.
Put him in a wheelchair, put him in something, and just have him sit by the mic.
From neck up, you were chilling. Like your lungs.
Didn't J. Cole do that? He did like a whole tour sitting on like stools and shit or something like that.
That was Drake. When he
he was just sitting on stools. He wasn't necessarily hurt, but
that was Drake. No, Drake tore his ACL into that. That was Drake.
On
tour. J. Cole might have done something like that too. Yes, Drake tore the ACL on stage.
Yeah, J. Cole just does it like he just does it just to do it. Like he's not hurt or anything.
Yeah, that's Drake. I mean, that's Drake. That is Drake.
In the capacity that I'm in, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that whole topic. I'm gonna just leave that alone. But y'all know where I'll be at with that, so I'm just keep moving.
I don't know where you be. Let everybody else know where you be. I'm lost. Idea. I'm lost. Find me.
All right, so that's going for if anyone want to drop something on the Patreon, you know what I'm saying, they can find that out.
You want to go to the Patreon?
Yeah, it's exclusive content. Hitting my opinions on different rappers.
He not that fast. They capping. It's all good.
You ever find it?
Find what?
The throw power.
Oh, I didn't want to talk about it.
So
it was too realistic. I gotta get out of there. I had to get out of there.
Oh, that joint's probably 78 then.
Oh, don't play breezes like that.
Damn, 80? I mean, they right. Damn. Hey, but that short and medium accuracy, 98 and 99.
Yo, so is this a second lockdown we doing? Is that what's happening now at this point?
I mean, it feel like it.
It seemed like some states just tightening back up, and
yeah, I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
Things seem the same around here.
And you can lock me down, but I need my check.
Same here. I still ain't get mine.
I just need my check. Call it what you want.
And I moved, which is the worst part. So my mail is forwarded. Mm-hmm. So even if my joint actually show up, I'm not getting it for probably another 2-3 weeks anyway.
Earlier you do your taxes, the better.
I'm still waiting on something from that too, because I quit a job that I had in December before I moved. So that got to get forwarded. This mail forwarded kicking my ass. I'm like, I don't even know, man. I'm basically just checking my mailbox every day. The mailbox leaning all the way to the side and shit. Now I be punching that shit when ain't nothing in there. My mailbox is the enemy right now.
My
shit crazy.
Me up for my taxes, man. I gotta get that.
Y'all got y'all stimmies?
No, well,
wait,
yeah.
I got the 600.
Yo, shoot me something.
I'll shoot you some advice.
I
hear you, my brother.
Man, I thought I was about to cash out. I got all these kids. I'm like, man.
That's it, but that's 600.
I'm waiting on about 3 bands.
I started spending money I did not have. I was like, damn.
I'm talking about. I took about a week and a half off of work too, like a few weeks back. I'm like, nah, don't worry, that stimmy finna drop. I'm about to be good. Ain't nothing come. I'm like, damn, I gotta get out.
I don't know why you thought it was gonna come so soon.
Man, I just, my original one came in a direct deposit, and then notifications didn't update on the IRS site till like the first week of January. So I finally went and checked on like the 5th, and it's like, yeah, it's getting mailed out on the 6th. I'm like, oh, well, shit, I'll probably get mine by probably about the 20th. And then the 20th rolled by, I'm like, what's going on here? Ain't nothing show up. What's going on? Then they talking about they sending debit cards out. I'm like, I don't care what y'all do, dog. Just make it happen.
No, I don't want no debit card. Direct deposit that.
Yeah, for real. They could have did that easy. And
if they start sending them things out as debit cards, gift cards, whatever, they're gonna be a rich mailman somewhere.
I know. That's what I'm thinking probably happened, to be honest with you. Them shit say Department of Treasury on them. It's like,
yeah, that's just a setup to get robbed.
Man,
they definitely
telling you.
They definitely.
And then I looked on the site. I don't know if any of y'all looked on the site on the details, but basically, if it's coming in the mail, then you have to wait 5 weeks to do a payment trace on the stimmy. And with my case, because it might have a forwarded address now, I can't do a payment trace on it till March 10th. I'm like, luckily for myself, I didn't like desperately need it. Like it was like life or death for me. But I'm thinking about somebody out there that like really, really, really serious needed it. I'm just like, yo, what did anybody think that people were supposed to do in a really bad situation if they had to wait for March 10th just to find out, just to put in a request to find out where it's at? Like, there should just be a number you call or a website you go to, and you just drop your social and your banking info, and they just direct deposit it. That made it super simple.
Yeah, but America ain't super simple. That wasn't just happening like that.
Especially with that administration.
You twiddling your fingers over there, man.
So what?
Twiddling your fingers over there. What you got going on?
No, I was cracking my fingers.
You got arthritis, dog? I'm too young for that.
Nah, I've been cracking my fingers since like high school.
Black people get, it's cold outside. My fingers.
No, it ain't that. So it's the hip, the knee.
My knee. Ooh, it about to rain.
Yep.
Hit that with my knee.
But the sad thing is they be true too. Like
that's just some wild.
I get that with my knee now.
Man, my dad was in real pain, and then the next day we got snow. I was like, oh, damn, like it's like that. But hey, and all my family from the country, so we got all kinds of different. I don't want to call them necessarily superstitions, but different.
That's basically what they are, though.
Pretty much, like my mom hates when a bird hits the window, because a bird hitting your window apparently means that like somebody has died or somebody's about to die, something like that. And then. What's another one? Oh, my grandma, she used to, and I'm not a superstitious person, but because she said it so much, like I don't do it to this day. But her thing was, she was like, don't ever put a hat on the bed because that brings bad luck. So I never put a hat on the bed, any type of hat, like sweater hat, baseball hat. The closest thing I might do is like a hoodie. But outside of that, I don't put any type of hat, head covering, nothing on the bed. Obviously the cold weather and pain and whatnot, which is why I think a whole bunch of my family stayed down south, because they don't be coming up here to visit us at all, especially when it's cold. They're like, nah, one, they hate driving through the mountains, which is not bad at all. And then two, they just hate the cold weather. So
it's beautiful up there though.
We ain't coming.
The mountains, I'm talking about the mountains, just the mountains.
I was about to say.
You driving up, I done took that ride up and down 75, and it's a nice ride. It gets a little boring and a little scary when it starts getting dark, but it's a nice ride though. It's scenic.
I didn't travel so much. I'm not scared or nothing.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I caught you. I don't know if Dre caught you. I caught you though.
Let's see here.
Dre don't know what's happening.
No, I was thinking of another superstition.
Okay, but did you catch C though?
No, I didn't catch what C said.
Yeah. I caught you. I'm here. My rapper brain on.
You feel me?
I'm talking about when he was like, it's beautiful, like it's real scenic, something like the scenic route. You catch that?
Oh, see, I didn't even hear him say scenic. Because when he said beautiful, I was like, it ain't beautiful here in Kentucky. Like,
that's because you got to get off the highway.
Who still travels via the highway?
I'm just saying. Because my only experience riding through Kentucky is taking 75 up towards Ohio and then coming right back down.
You mean 65?
No, 75.
You mean 65?
Is that 65?
65 north is the major interstate here.
I'm going to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So that's away from you.
Well, everything.
That's a couple of hours over from you.
Cincinnati's only an hour from Louisville.
Yeah, that's another highway. That's another interstate you take though to get there. That's unrelated to 75.
For us in Kentucky, everything starts with either 65 or 64.
I gotta look it up then.
Like 65 if you're going, north or southbound, 64 if you're going east or westbound. Now
that's through Louisville though.
Well, yeah, where else we gonna travel through? That's the main hub of the state. Like you're either traveling through Louisville or you're traveling through Lexington.
You finna have me look at my map real quick now.
That's pretty much it. Because 65, like I could take 65 from from Louisville all the way down to the Georgia.
So I took 75. Yeah, through Lexington.
Oh, okay, you went through Lexington.
Yeah. I was like 65 because 65 sound wild familiar, but nah, yeah. I'm like
because it's a long ass interstate.
Yeah, because I'm like 75 basically just goes all the way up to the damn water as far as I know. Yeah, that makes sense. 75 goes to the
65 cuts through Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama.
75 going to Canada.
It goes into Georgia. And then northbound, it takes you to Indiana, I think Illinois as well. But back to what I was originally talking about.
People don't want to hear this.
I'm trying to think of the other superstitions that, like the New Year's stuff. You've got to. My grandfather said that the man of the house should always be the first one to walk through the threshold of the door.
I've heard that.
Eat cabbage?
At the beginning of the new year, we eat mustard greens, turnip greens,
cabbage, almost.
black eyed peas.
Black eyed peas and cabbage. There you
But
go.
my grandfather also said, make sure you have money in your pocket at the turn of the new year, so that way you make sure that you have financial growth for that financial year. So that's why I think I screwed up in 2020 because I didn't have any money in my pocket on going into 2020. So I made sure I just put any cash I had in my house, in my room. I put that in all pockets. Trying to think.
I got one. Just a Haitian one. Is you're not supposed to hammer at night, or you give somebody you care about a heart attack.
I
ain't never heard that one.
Yeah, bro. And Friday the 13th is a lucky day in Haiti.
I'm gonna have to pass on those.
So I just, I'm Haitian American, so it's just a neutral day for me. I'm like, it just cancels each other out, basically. I got a let me ask y'all. What at this point does Houston ask for to get Watson?
Oh Lord, we back at that?
Because I'm racking my mind, and I'm like, as much as Detroit just got for Stafford, and with
going no less than 3 firsts.
It depends on what you're trying to do. Is my answer.
Because I'm like,
Because you can flip it into where you can kind of be in win now mode. Because he's gonna get a lot back. But if you want to just tank him and Watson out, not him and Watson and JJ Watt out the door, you can set yourself up for the next 5 years.
Yep.
Like if you just got rid of them two, you can get a lot in return. And with, like Will Fuller's, I think in the contract year, if you want to just blow it up, you can get a bunch for all your players if you want to. Like I feel it depends on what they're trying to do. Now if you're trying to keep
the rumor is Watt is out the door.
that's my point. So if you're trying to blow it all up, oh man, just get as many picks as you can. I don't want any players back. We just need picks. That's what I would do. And if you're doing that, I'll start with Miami. Honestly, they got the best set of picks right now. So
Yeah, because they got your pick.
exactly, basically, they got your pick. You got a left tackle for the future. You're good there. So he's gonna be there regardless. So even he'll be there through the rebuild. He chilling. So you just gotta build around it. You just gotta build around that. So I'm going with whoever offers the most picks. That's who I'm talking to. Honestly, I don't want any of your players. I don't want Darnold. I'll take Tua before I take Darnold just because Tua's contract's longer than Darnold's. Darnold's almost up. So,
Yeah, this is his 5th year, isn't it?
I think so. But yeah, I'd rather a second-year quarterback with 4 years of a rookie deal left than a guy that's going to either be looking to get paid or.
Oh wait, no. This is 4th year. They haven't picked up his 5th year option yet.
Oh, shit,
They're not gonna.
Because they not to. That's my point. So it's still his last year. It's still his last year.
Not with this number 2 pick they got.
So yeah, my point on that. Or if you want to just flip Washington to try to move up to the Miami pick, hey, you can do that too and get a quarterback. Like I said,
let me ask y'all, if you're Jacksonville, do you make that call?
Nope.
No, you stay at number 1.
I'm not ready to win now anyway. So no. If they were a little better, they're not ready to win right now.
No, Jacksonville's not ready.
Right.
I mean, they've got nice pieces on offense, but their defense is not a.
They're going to be third in their division next year, regardless.
Yeah. Their defense is not a win now defense.
For the Colts next year. So now there were. They had a couple more pieces, like maybe a corner and their D line just fell off. They had just a couple more in defense. They'll be ready, but they're not. If it was 2 years from now, then yeah, but not now. Just get Lawrence. I think he's gonna be just as good as Watson anyway.
Yeah, you're not gonna be dissatisfied with Lawrence at all.
So yeah, you chilling, you big chilling on that. But hey, if you want to try to win now, they got the cap, like you were saying. If you want to make it crazy. But the difference is if I'm giving you number 1 pick, I want more from you. Let that be known. I don't want just Watson. You told me JJ with it. Now we talking. You give me Watson and JJ, we can have a conversation. Because now we in win now mode. Because you don't get those to the tank. That's the only way I'm entertaining. And I want Fuller. I want a lot. I'm gonna make you terrible if you want the number 1 pick, especially with Lawrence coming out. Nah, you got to earn this. You gonna have to earn this number 1 pick. We give you Fitzmagic. Gardner Minshew. We give you Gardner Minshew. Be his backup.
Hey, he gonna play hard no matter what.
He'll be Trevor Lawrence backup. Yeah, we'll be all right. But nah.
I look at Minshew as like 15 to 20th QB in the league. Like as a starter, if he was on a regular full team,
I can see.
I think he'd be in the 15 to 20 range. I'd rank him.
When you start counting them out, you're gonna change your mind. He's more 20 to 25 at best.
He outplayed Kyler Murray his rookie year.
Who's better, Kyler Murray or Gardner Minshew? I don't care.
I'm not saying all that. I said he outplayed him.
Exactly
I'm just saying.
I asked you a direct question though. I said who's better, Kyler Murray or Gardner Minshew?
Well, you know my answer to that, so we're just going.
Obviously, now he asked you the question.
No, I just asked you a straight direct question. That's all I asked you. Who is better? It sounds good, 15, but when you start naming them, I can name probably close to 10 in the NFC that's just better, if we're being honest.
Go ahead.
All right, we're going to just start with the NFC West. Give me Wilson, give me Murray, and now Stafford's there. That's 3. NFC South.
Garoppolo.
No, I'll just give him Garoppolo, even though I think that's debatable. That's my point. So if I'm getting Garoppolo too, he's going to really be out of it. And then
so are you putting Garoppolo in there?
We can.
Okay.
Shits and giggles of it. I'm putting Garoppolo in there.
That is debatable though, but go ahead.
That's what I said. That's debatable. That's why I left it out.
Yeah, leave him out, Dre. Leave him out, Dre. That's 3.
Matt Ryan, All right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna even leave Breeze out because he may retire. Tom Brady. That's just NFC South. All right, let's go to the North. Rodgers is better. I'll just give you Cousins. Even though I think Trubisky's better, I'm gonna give you Trubisky.
Cousins.
I think not Cousins is not in there. I'm saying Cousins not in there.
Oh, okay.
you saying Cousins
Like,
is
I'm
not
giving,
in there?
I'm just giving. you
Yeah, I'm
Cousins.
like,
And I'm
go ahead.
banking on the third team. I don't know. Golf may not be better, but he's about what Minshew is, and I'll give you that one too. And what's
Okay.
the NFC division?
Okay, I'll put them in the same.
Dak
boat.
is better. Dak is better
Okay.
for sure. Redskins is out of here. we not worried about them. Who else is in there? The Eagles.
Nobody. If it was 2 years ago, we would have said Wentz definitely. But right now, we'll wait till next season to make that call.
We sure Wentz not better than him.
I'm still taking
can't
Wentz.
say that
I'm
right
still
now.
taking Wentz over Minshew, just from what I.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying Minshew beat the Colts week 1 is all I'm saying.
Now it gets rocky for him. Once I go to the AFC, it gets bad. If we're already halfway there, it's over. Because once
you're at 9 in the
All right.
NFC.
If I go, the whole division is better than him. Baker, Lamar, Ben Roethlisberger. Baker is better than Gardner Minshew. I know Baker's better than Gardner Minshew. And I'll just give you those three. I'll leave Derek Carr out of this. Now we go Josh Allen. We go Mahomes. Herbert's better. I think Burrow's better. Who else is over there? I'm missing a couple teams. I'll give you Darnold's not better. Who else is over there? Bills, Jets, Patriots don't have anyone.
Are you going to pick
I'm not
Cam
giving
over
you
him?
sure.
Even though Cam's not going to be back with the Patriots, but are you picking Cam over Minshew?
I
No,
won't give him Cam.
no,
I don't
not
wanna give him
Cam.
Cam. I don't
Nah.
want to give him Cam.
All right, you're at 16.
Oh,
You're at
Deshaun
16
Watson.
quarterbacks
I
right
don't know
now.
how I forgot Deshaun Watson.
All right, 17. Jacoby Brissett.
No.
I just won't give it to him just because he didn't play this year. So I won't give him
Minshew
that.
beat the Colts week 1 with that team that they had.
But Jacoby Brissett
So I
wasn't
gave you, what,
playing for number
17?
one, and that was also
I gave
week
you,
one
like-
of a new quarterback, a new system, and all that kind of stuff. Week 1, anything can happen. Week
They
1.
had Phillip Rivers on the Colts.
Like,
Philip Rivers was better this year, but he's gone. So I left
He's
him.
gone.
right. So that's all right. You're at 17 quarterbacks.
And I gave
That's
you.
what I'm
I didn't
saying.
give- I didn't give you Drew Brees. You said top 15. I didn't give you Drew Brees.
Brees is out.
He gone. He didn't say he was out. That's the problem.
He gonna come back and be that player coach, I guess.
I gave you Brees and
Because
like
with 11
six
ribs,
possible.
bro, at 42 years old,
Are you taking Ryan Fitzpatrick over Minshew?
no.
For one game for my life? Yeah.
See?
One game to save my life? Yeah. Other than that, for the long haul,
He said one game.
if I have a game to save my life, Ryan
Oh boy!
Fitzpatrick
All right,
is
here's
high
another
on my
thing.
list.
Are you taking y'all were debatable? Wow, wrong word. Y'all were debatable
I'm
over
taking
Carson
Jameis
Wentz.
over Minshew too.
but-
But think about it.
All right, so that's 18. Are you taking Jalen
forgot
Hurts
about that.
over Minshew?
Not yet.
Not, yes, I
And
need
not
more
enough-
than-
not
I
enough
need more
tape.
than 5 games. But I'm definitely
Yeah.
taking Jameis Winston.
So
I'm
with
taking Jameis Winston.
with Winston, that's 18.
Teddy's
Are you
debatable
taking
as well. I forgot about
oh boy,
Teddy.
what's your boy's name?
I
God
hope
dog
he's not
it.
coming to this.
Taysom Hill?
Yeah, are you taking Taysom Hill over Minshew?
No.
I need same with Taysom though. He's only played 2 or 3 games at quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Taysom Hill is good in small spurts.
Yeah, I need to see
But
him.
you're not
8
getting
games.
16 quality games out of Taysom Hill.
I don't know if I am. I just haven't seen it, so I can't.
Let me see.
Yes.
I'm gonna think. You
You didn't
say
get
Derek-
3 quality games out of Taysom Hill this year.
We got
That
2
Broncos performance was terrible.
We got 2 against the Falcons.
I mean, there's a team with no coach. I'm not even gonna stun about that. We ain't had no coach.
Did you say Derek Carr?
And I left that one up for debate, even though I think that he is.
I would pick
just-
Derek Carr over
Me
Gardner
too.
Minshew.
Mitchell. But I
That's
just left it out
debatable.
there.
So
I
I'm
left like
Depending on
7
the week.
debatable.
So that's
out there.
nice.
Because
So
if,
that's
you saw the
19.
Raiders play the Falcons, you would be like, hell no.
so, but that's one game. Like you're trying to base a quarterback off of one game. Like so
I know,
many
but
quarterbacks.
Gardner
have-
Minshew don't have a game like that, is what I'm
But-
saying.
Gardner, okay, but you gotta look at Gardner Minshew. His thing is like he plays hard, but because he plays hard, he also makes some bad decisions at times. Like he's a good player, but let's not say he's
Oh, I
transcendent or-
forgot Ryan Tannehill. That's another one. I'm
Ryan
sorry.
Tannehill.
Yeah, we
Okay,
getting to
I'll give you
20.
All right,
10 Hill.
So you're
Getting
sitting
to
at
20,
you're
though.
really sitting at 19 to 20 right now. So Gardner Minshew at best is the 20th best quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
in the
15 to
NFL.
20, depending on who you
No,
talk to. There's a couple
no,
of those
he's
names.
starting.
No.
He's starting at 20, so it's more like the 20 to 25 range.
And everybody
Depending on
else
who you talk to, because
Oh wait, are you picking Andy Dalton over Gardner Minshew?
no.
I'm not picking Andy Dalton over myself.
Are you picking?
No,
I'm trying to
or-
think of a lot of backups.
Or Ben DiNucci.
because he's more Ben DiNucci.
Yeah, I was
ain't
looking.
even
I was
he ain't
looking
even
at
in
the
the
backups.
in the league anymore after that
So-
performance. Are you picking Nick Foles over Gardner Minshew?
No.
I'm done with Nick Foles. He couldn't beat out Trubisky.
Who's
Yeah,
gonna tackle?
basically.
But one game from my life, he's also high on that list. One game from my life, Nick Foles
Trying to
is
think.
high on that list.
Crap, now I'm really trying to think of all these backups.
I just look ain't too hot out there.
Joe Flacco over Gardner Minshew.
Nah, it's over with. It's over with,
Joe Flacco still got the arm. That's the only thing.
It's over with.
That's about it.
But he had that one game against the Patriots, though. He was balling that game. Jets.
Nick Mullins actually played good this year. I'll take Minshew.
He and what's the other one? Beathard.
Better. Yeah, they actually both.
Yeah, they both played
I'm
well.
still taking Minshew over them though. But what is her top? That's the problem with Minshew. Even if he is, let's say he's 15 to 20. 15 to 20 quarterbacks don't get you anywhere, unfortunately.
So that's what I'm saying. So all right. So since we've kind of established that, we'll call Gardner Minshew the 20th best quarterback. Do they trade him after Trevor Lawrence comes in, and who takes him?
Anyone that trades for him, they're not picking him up. They're not picking him up to be a long term.
I like Chicago.
I'm gonna say his name every time a quarterback.
If I'm Chicago, I call and offer a fourth.
I like Washington. Let's see what the third do to Washington. That'll.
Washington. That'd be nice. Chicago. I'm not agreeing with the Chicago pick because you don't know if you're gonna.
I think he's about.
You don't know if you're gonna retain Allen Robinson.
So
you don't know. Like, there's a lot of questions surrounding your team.
I'd rather keep Trubisky in the same offense. He played actually decent this year, and then
the benching seemed to help him out. Like, he played way better coming back off the bench.
They played some bad teams at the end of the season.
They played the Packers twice.
They had a decent showing in the playoffs. It's just that boy can't catch, so it kind of ruined the whole game for him.
Yeah, they played the Packers twice, and they played very, very well against the Packers. They had decent, but that's the thing. Even if they played bad teams, like if you're playing a bad team, you're supposed to dominate, and that's the thing that their offense did. Their offense dominated, so that's a plus in their book. If you play a bad team, you only win by like 3 points, then you got some issues. So them dominating in those bad games, that's a plus on Trubisky's resume.
You think Chicago keeps Trubisky then?
Yes.
I mean, they were looking for Stafford, so that's out the picture.
Was he? He don't have his 5th year option under that like that, right?
No, this would be his 5th year because he's in the same draft class as Mahomes
so
and Watson.
They didn't take the option. Oh, they gotta extend them then.
So this would be like if they pick up his 5th year, like this season coming up.
Got you.
The 5th year. So that would be,
I mean, they would have had to accept it last year.
You can accept it this offseason. You have to accept it before.
It's like March or something like that.
You have to, I believe it's before the league years start. So it's like late February, I think.
Okay.
The only reason like teams like the Rams, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Texans, the reason they picked their options up early is because they also gave them extensions. So that's why they did that. But yeah, if I'm Chicago, I'm sticking with Trubisky. You're already, because the thing is, you're also bringing back your GM and your coach for at least another year. So just keep the whole nucleus together, because if it doesn't work out, then that way you can literally start fresh from everywhere. Your new GM and your new coach can select whatever quarterback they want, all that kind of stuff.
I don't have any problem with Matt Nagy at all. I think Ryan Pace is the problem with Chicago. I think he hasn't drafted that great. I think he's doing a good job bringing in free agents and building that defense. But Mitch Trubisky is like screaming bad problem with that team.
But see, here's the thing. Every bad GM doesn't get fired.
You're right.
And I'm a living testament of that, because I don't know any GM that has survived 4 head coaches. And Howie has been with, technically he was there with Andy Reid, but I'm not going to necessarily say like his success was a part of Andy Reid, because
he kind of took a back seat when Chip Kelly came in.
Yeah. Well, no. Chip sent him to the dark corner of the front office. Like that's what happened. But technically, Howie was there with Andy Reid in the latter years of Andy Reid, Chip Kelly, Doug Peterson, and now, Mr. Stumble at the press conference. Like
Mr. Stumble up.
So that's now 4 head coaches for a GM. That's unheard of. Like and he keeps finding a way. That man's the snake of the organization. I keep telling everybody that. Everyone
Man,
kept
just be
saying,
surviving.
everyone kept saying, "Oh, well, we got to fire Doug Peterson or we got to trade Carson Wentz and all this kind of stuff." I'm like, no, y'all focus is on the wrong people. We need to get rid of Howie because he's literally he was sucking all the way up until 2017, and then we struck gold in 2017, won a Super Bowl. But not only did we win the Super Bowl, we also brought in. He traded for Ajayi in the middle of the year. We brought in Blunt at the beginning of the season. I think we brought in Torrey Smith that season. I can't remember if he was there the season before or not. But like, we had a couple of free agent additions that season. So he gets to live off of, oh, I got these guys. And then Derek Barnett was a rookie that year.
That Super Bowl should have.
Rasul Douglas was a rookie. Sidney Jones didn't even play, but he had the upside at that point and everything as a rookie. So he gets to now live off of that. So that's why the whole Doug Peterson thing all fell on Doug. Nothing fell on Howie. But Howie has not drafted well. His only drafted Pro Bowl player is Carson.
And then look now, it's like I think that's really the whole thing this season with the Eagles is can y'all new coach go ahead and do anything with Carson Wentz, or how are they going to handle this QB situation?
I don't say much on the quarterback situation because here's my thing. I've watched a lot of football, and this season was a major anomaly in Carson's and just literally in his play. He's never thrown more than outside of his rookie years when he threw the most interceptions of his career so far until this last season. After that, he had thrown no more than 7 interceptions in a season.
Yeah, he's been protecting the ball very well.
He played like his main problem was fumbles, but it didn't really
hold the ball too long.
It didn't really always hurt us and different things like that. Him holding the ball, I don't think that is on him for one. Like it's on him when he kept trying to, do Houdini shit because it worked for him. But the other thing is I think a lot of Doug Peterson's plays were just long developing plays. And until this year, we just didn't have the speed at receiver. So those guys, it took them a minute to, shake the DB and get down the field and, do what they had to do. Because whenever he had to give it to Ertz or Goddard, he got the ball out quick. Like that was the thing. He never had a problem with check downs, with passing to the check down either until this season. Like literally this season, he just literally, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was COVID. I don't know what was going on in the off season and all that kind of stuff, but it just wasn't right for him. But I don't necessarily agree with just jumping ship off of Carson. Because my thing is, all right, we already don't see. I'm glad this season happened because we were living in our Super Bowl way too much. We were holding on to players that we should have let go a while ago. I love Jason Peters, but that man we should not have signed him back to the team. Yeah. Like he doesn't finish a game for us. And like I said, I love him. He's a Hall of Fame left tackle, but we held on to that nostalgia for a little too long. Let's see who else. Mills should just be a Mills. Literally, he never really built the
secondary.
Like when Mills is playing the linebacker position, like he plays outstanding. But when he's playing corner and when he's playing safety, like I keep telling everybody, he's fine until you hit him with that double move. Once you hit with that double move, you're winning 100% of the time. Like it's. And the thing is, like, he'll be around a receiver that drops the ball or there was just a bad throw and he starts waving his finger and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, bruh, like, it wasn't – I hate when – and it's not just him. Like, DBs just do that in general. I'm like, you didn't do anything to cause that receiver to drop the ball or the quarterback to throw a bad pass. Like, it just happened. But it wasn't on you. But they start doing all this and all that kind of stuff. It gets on my nerves.
I could have told y'all something was up when I seen
Howie drafted terribly because for some strange reason, we have not had a linebacker since we let – Hicks go, and we haven't had a linebacker core since we literally had like D'Amico Ryans in them back in Chip Kelly's day. Our D-line is literally fine. It's one of the best units in the league. Our offensive line is fine. We just literally got hit with a whole bunch of injuries this year, like losing our starting left tackle at the beginning of the year, losing Brooks at the beginning of the year during the offseason. Losing Johnson throughout the majority of the year, Peters in and out of the lineup, all of our backups are in and out of the lineups. Like there's no way you can be sustainable with that. And then with Carson holding on to the ball, that didn't help out either. We don't utilize Miles Sanders enough in the running game, but Miles Sanders also has to stop dropping passes because a lot of Carson's incompletions were Miles Sanders drops. like when he was wide open in the flat. Now he did a much better job once Jalen was in. But
you think it's a chemistry thing?
No. One reason I really think it is, I think Carson throws a very hard ball. Like it's a fast ball like 98% of the time. And I just think that, some people it's just harder for them to I just think that he doesn't put as much touch on it in those situations. Now when it comes time to thread the needle, like he can thread the needle just as good as anybody. But he doesn't necessarily have to do that all the time, but that's how he throws. And I think that's why I think that's what leads to quite a few drops. So Miles Sanders was dropping balls, and then we didn't really necessarily utilize our backup running backs like we normally do. Like normally in Doug Peterson's offense, he'll have a bruise over running back in a sense, like we had a Ajayi or Blunt, and then he'll spell them with someone like Miles Sanders or Darren Sproles, Scott, and people like that. Clement was great his rookie year, and with injuries and everything, he wasn't really utilized that much. For the tight end position, Ertz, he checked out the season after Howie wouldn't give him that contract extension at the beginning of the season. That's when Ertz checked out. He was like, the season, I'm done. And with the season not starting well,
that's how we cut or trade him this year.
Yeah, they've already said they're going to trade. He's not playing for the team next year. So
he's playing for New Orleans. So
most likely, now he has 2 years remaining on his deal, so I highly doubt we cut him. So he'll get.
Do you know the cap hits by any chance?
Not off the top of my head, but
I don't care what the cap is.
If you're in a win now mode, you're not going to care because Zach Ertz is still a top 5 tight end in this league. I don't care what anybody says. Like,
I don't know about that one, G.
Top 5. Obviously, Kelsey's ahead of him. I'll put Waller ahead of him. Kittle ahead of him. That's 3 off rip.
Hurst.
Now I will do Andrews just because Andrews has that good chemistry with Lamar. Outside of those 4,
Hawkinson's better. Hawkinson's better than me.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna have Stafford this year.
That's a fact. I'm not gonna argue that one.
And then Pitts is coming in this year, so.
And I would put Ebron up there, but Ebron drops a lot of easy passes.
Ebron had a bad year.
I'm not an Ebron guy, so yeah.
He had a sus year this year.
I'm trying to
pull
think.
it up, 'cause I'm probably forgetting somebody. Let me see if I can find some tight end.
I'm trying
Hunter
to
Henry?
go through. No, Hunter Henry gets hurt way too much. Like he's not on the field as much.
What about Jonnu Smith?
No.
It's a lot of guys ahead of. Well, Ertz been hurt, but it's a lot of
Austin
guys
Hooper.
No, because Austin Hooper didn't have the best year with the Browns either. He got outplayed by the backup tight end.
You have Matt Ryan.
Mike Gesicki had a pretty good year.
He did, but that's just 1 year.
Oh, I forgot.
But everybody knew he was good to begin with from last year.
The top 6 tight ends in yards this year, I'm taking over Ertz probably. Yeah, maybe 7. Maybe
you said top 6 in yards.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm probably taking all of them.
I'm looking at the contenders. If I'm a contender, I'm not even gonna lie. If I'm New Orleans, I'll look at Ertz because Jared Cook led to so many losses.
He's out here. He's never could play a game.
Like that fumble is why I lost.
Like Ertz not gonna end up in New England.
But I mean,
they don't have a quarterback right now. But
you think New England about to trade with Philly? Belichick ain't rocking with them. He don't want to talk to them.
If there's a good tight end, Belichick making the move.
Especially for a fifth. Oh yeah, Belichick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'll do that all day.
Come walking in.
But I'm just looking at contenders. For contenders, New Orleans should look at him just because for New Orleans, I'm not trusting Jared Cook.
He's a free agent. He's not coming back to New Orleans.
So that's
Sean Payton is petty. See, that's the most pettiest man in the world.
If I'm Green Bay, because I think Mercedes Lewis is on a 1-year deal and he's older.
Yeah.
So if I'm Green Bay, you
got the wrong guy. You got the 4th tight end in the league this year.
No, that's what I'm saying. Tanya is their starter, but they utilized 2 tight ends. So I'm saying Tanya's still being the starter, and you just have Ertz replacing Mercedes Lewis, and he's an upgrade over Lewis.
If you the Titans would be a good spot for him.
The Titans would be a good spot.
I know Hawkins had this year. Good year.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm the Jets, because Joe Douglas is now the GM for the Jets, and he came from Philly. So if I'm them, I'm pairing Ertz with
good
because I forgot the Jets have a pretty good tight end, but he's still young and inconsistent. So I'm pairing Ertz with him, and that gives Lawrence, who they 100% should draft. That gives Lawrence now, a safety, basically what Carson had when he was young. It gives him a safety blanket in the passing game. So if I'm the Jets, I'm looking at Ertz also.
They basically gonna be taking on the Shanahan offense in New York too.
It's 2 tight ends that I need to get out of their situations or just show up. One, fantasy, everybody drafts him every year, thinking it's the year. Evan Ingram, everybody every year.
And he only had 1 touchdown this year.
He dropped too many big passes.
Like one guy, I think is just getting screwed, getting hold kind of low key. Is Irv Smith with Minnesota. They don't throw the ball to their tight ends. They still holding on to 37-year-old Kyle Rudolph for some reason, and then the quarterback is Kirk Cousins. So it's like
there's no way that man is 37 years old.
I know he's not.
That's another thing. Because
the game, your year with 20 catches.
Las Vegas utilized 2 tight ends also, so I would pair Ertz with Waller.
Ooh, do they have the money for it though? Yeah, they got the money.
Yeah,
money is not an issue. Money is not an issue.
Yeah, definitely not with the Raiders.
He's not making like crazy money.
Yeah, that's the reason he was asking for a contract extension, because he felt like he outplayed his contract. So no, you're not taking.
And Waller's on a reasonable deal too.
And usually, like the latter end of your contract, it's definitely movable. So wherever he goes, it's gonna be fine. And also if I'm LA, I just got Matthew Stafford. Like I'm gonna look for a tight end in my offense as well. The only problem,
Gerald Everett's good enough in that offense. I'm not gonna say he's great, but he's good enough.
No, but they utilize. That's another team that utilizes 2 tight ends. The only issue with Ertz is Goddard was a much better run. Ertz got better, way better, but Goddard was the best run blocking tight end on our team. So that's the only thing. And if you're playing for Sean McVay, you got to run block. So that's number 1 for that. Who else?
Maybe San Fran.
I don't think they utilize.
I still haven't heard about Kittle getting it. Did Kittle get paid yet? He got paid, right?
Yeah, Kittle got paid.
But who else is behind him?
It doesn't matter because they got Juszczyk coming out from the fullback position. That's technically their second tight end.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I
can't think of another thing.
Hell, Baltimore could, because
they do so well drafting tight ends anyway.
That's another. But they lost.
Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, they traded Hurst, or no, they just
buried in the depth chart and then traded to Atlanta.
So I mean, he could go. Baltimore's there are options out there for Ertz. Now, technically, Dallas could call also, but Philly's not trading him to Dallas. But Dallas could use him, because with them having 3 bona fide 1,000-yard potential receivers, like the middle of the field will be open for Ertz. And the red zone is where he makes his money anyway.
Don't hold your breath on that one.
Let's see here. If Howie trades him to Dallas,
I don't see it happening.
I'm gonna be just like all these other people. I'm gonna start writing my petition to get him fired. I'm like, this ain't what we doing, Chief.
Philly fans is not ready to see Zach Ertz catching passes with a Cowboys uniform on.
He gonna ball every time he see twice a year.
Right.
Crazy.
He just seemed like the type. Them revenge games.
So, but I mean, so like I said, Ertz has options, and he has options with contenders. So that's the only thing. The biggest thing is Howie basically going to be a good guy and trade him to a contender, try and get the best offer that he can from him, or is he just going to be like, nah, screw you. I'm sending you all the way to, I don't know. I mean, who's someone? What's a terrible? Because the Jets is in a terrible situation right now.
No,
not. He might be rude and be like, I'm gonna send you to Houston. Like,
is Darren Fells still on contract over there?
He is terrible.
Darren Fells about 41, man. Darren Fells was playing when I was in kindergarten.
That dude was terrible too. I'm just gonna be honest.
His biggest highlight is that next gen commercial with Deshaun Watson, because Fells is the one that catches that touchdown pass.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I hate to say like he want to leave it terrible, but that dude is terrible. Sorry.
Man, that dude fell off the map after not being with the Giants no more.
But we just need. But I was saying all this is basically as Eagle fans. We need to go into the season not being like Cowboy fans. Like we don't need to go into the season being like, oh, we've got a team. We're going to be in the playoffs. We're going to be contending for the Super Bowl. Nah, fam.
Dallas for many years has had plenty of reason to be positive because the roster is solid, but the coaching has been terrible.
Have you seen that defense?
The roster is solid. The coaching has been terrible.
DeMarcus Lawrence has been missing since he signed his contract.
Yeah.
They did not re-sign Byron Jones, which definitely was a mistake. Their safeties on the back end. I don't even know. I know the Texans, they came out and their players said they did not want Earl Thomas on the team. I don't know why Dallas never went out to get Earl Thomas.
I'll say this about Byron Jones. Letting him go was smart because they weren't going to be able to handle the money, especially with Dak and Zeke getting ready to get paid at the time.
Zeke got paid.
Well, Zeke already got his deal. Yeah. Dak was getting ready to get paid at the time, but
here's the thing:
they shouldn't have drafted CeeDee Lamb.
Like what Aaron says, cap is a myth because all they had to do is just franchise Dak again, wait a whole another year, and then they paid Dak that following year. Like they probably wouldn't have been able to pay them in the same offseason. But then that next season, you got players a lot older. So Tyron Smith could have been let go. Zach Martin potentially could have been let go. Sean Lee's most likely off your books. Like you can move people around to get that money to pay your quarterback. Like they could have kept them but they would have pissed off Dak Prescott because no quarterback wants to get franchised twice. Just look at Kirk Cousins.
I don't think Dak is wearing a Cowboys uniform in September. I'm gonna just put that out there.
And I know where he's going. It's been a theme of mine all podcast. Washington. He's going to Washington.
Man, somebody's gonna throw him the bag this offseason. I know that. What? I don't think Dallas can even afford to slap another tag on him. What's the tag this year on the quarterback? One of y'all know that?
No, it's gonna be even higher than a tag. It's not gonna be the regular tag.
It's like 30. It's like 39, 40 mil. I think
it's a 15% increase because it's a second tag. So it won't be the tag again. So it'll be the tag plus.
Yeah, because he got. I think this year was a $34 or $35 million tag.
Yeah, they not doing that. Especially they got a lot of players to pay.
It's cheaper to sign them defense than give them a tag. It's cheaper to sign them long term than to give them that tag. So.
But man, they're so scared to sign Dak now because they don't know how he's gonna bounce back.
He's not playing on the second tag after.
They don't know how he's gonna bounce back from that injury, and then they've already seen guys like Goff and Wentz get paid, and they didn't perform the best this season. Deshaun got paid, and he now wants out of the team that paid him. Like Mahomes is the only one that got paid and is doing well.
All I'm gonna say is, if you need a 1-year deal to try to come find yourself, you think things going rocky, come to the Saints. Hey, we the black quarterback hub. We helping them brothers out. We done got Teddy a deal. We finna get Jameis a deal. Dak, come on down.
Well, see, if you're talking about black quarterback hub, then that means he got to come to Philly. Because when it comes to black quarterbacks, like
they got one quarterback and then got hype.
Here's the deal. Neither y'all squads got the money for it.
Got hype.
Y'all,
what are you talking about? Cunningham, McNabb, Vic, and I mean now everybody's saying Hurts is gonna follow into that line.
They booed Donovan McNabb when he got drafted. I'm cool.
I didn't boo.
They protested outside the stadium when y'all signed Vic.
No, but I'm not gonna lie, man. They treat McNabb way worse than Wentz, and McNabb performed. Like the man went to NFC. Granted, he didn't win a bunch of NFC championship games. He only won one, but he went to NFC championship games. Like he carried the team, and he played with no receivers until T.O. And then after the year and a half of T.O., he didn't get another receiver until technically we had Kevin Curtis, and Kevin Curtis was okay his first year.
T.O. still my hero for
but
playing
really
hurt.
He didn't have receivers again until he had D-Jack.
I was saying this to Jay yesterday. That's still my email. My email is when I was an Eagles fan back in 2003 or whatever, back when the Saints was straight pool. My email is the next TO at yahoo.com. That's still my email. To this day, I still use it. Still active.
You said at Yahoo?
Yep, at yahoo.com. My first
I love it.
The next TO. He's my probably second favorite receiver ever, behind Randy, of course.
Everybody love Randy.
Yeah, I mean, he made us think of verb, so his name is a verb. So after that,
Basically.
you can't. You can't.
So it's gonna be. I mean, and let's be honest. At the end of the day, it's not gonna matter because as long as the Chiefs have Mahomes, Tyreek, and Kelsey, they're gonna be fine.
Why they got lucky? Because that Tyreek situation kind of blessed them. So when he resigned, he didn't really resign. It was like take this real quick for 2 years, and he had to take it because he didn't know if he was gonna.
If he was right.
So but when
especially after what had just happened to Kareem Hunt,
when his contract is over, that's when they're gonna feel the pressure. But until then, they big chilling. They big chilling.
How many years is that deal?
It was only a 2-year extension, so he ain't get much. It'll be soon. And when his contract is up, Mahomes just kick in. So it's gonna be
when Mahomes' deal kicks in, bye to all of that.
And if Tyreek if he got 2 rings already, I'm gonna let you know one thing right now. It's time to get your money.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to get up.
Because as a receiver,
it's time to cash out.
As a receiver, you got 2 rings. You're golden. Like you don't have to get as many rings like QBs do. Like look at Calvin Johnson. He has 0 rings and he's already going into the Hall. Like so you
be the same way.
So you Tyreek and you got potentially 2 rings.
Julio eating off them contracts just the same.
The top 10 receivers ever. I mean, basically, if you just take Jerry Rice out, all of them basically ringless out here. Like T.O., Randy Moss, Julio.
Shit, T.O. shouldn't be. He should have won. He should have won one with us. Randy, technically, man, they should have beat the Giants, but the Giants. The Giants just know how to get. Let me backtrack. Steve Spagnuolo just knows how to get into Tom Brady, which Steve Spagnuolo is the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, going against Tom Brady again. So just in case y'all haven't placed y'all bets yet, I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, my money going straight towards there. All $4 of it.
Let's see. Do you consider Michael Irvin in your top 10?
Top 10 receivers?
That are in the Hall.
In the Hall. All right, let me.
Because technically, because I can't remember. I think Andre Reed finally got in, but he went to all those Super Bowls with the Bills. They just ain't never won one.
I had froze.
All right, so we got look at 5 to 10. So we got 1, 2, and 3. We ain't even got to talk about, right?
I mean, I guess.
You talk about receivers?
What's that? All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We ain't even got to talk about.
Are we talking about receivers?
We know Jerry. We know Randy.
Yeah.
Jerry, Randy, T.O.
Rice, Randy, T.O. What's the name?
No, the top 3 is solidified.
Kelvin, we could just stop there because he's in there. I'm sorry.
So let me ask
Calvin?
y'all.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
All right, Chris Carter, what y'all think?
Oh, he does have no Super Bowls, so I'll put him in. I'll put him in top 5. He was. Chris
Carter.
Yeah, Chris Carter.
No, not me personally. No.
Hines Ward.
No, not even close.
Hines Ward is a good receiver, but he's not a transcendent wide receiver. But he was.
All right, what about the duo Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce?
What are we talking about?
Better wait a minute. One of them.
We got a lot of kids before them. We got a lot of people before them. First of all, let me get the list out of the way. I'm
rattling off of what I can think of off the top.
I know. All right, we got Randy, we got Jerry, we got T.O.
Yeah, we can throw them to the side.
We got Kelvin Johnson. This is me before I'm even getting to anybody that plays.
Yeah, he'll be in the Hall in August. He'll get his jacket. Did he freeze? I think you froze.
Yeah, he froze again.
It's all good. I got another topic in a moment.
No, but I'm still okay.
I'm trying to figure out top 10. I love Michael Irvin though, man. Like I'm just thinking, like, is he?
I mean, his career ended because of injury.
I think turf toe, right, or something like that.
He's 8 or 9 for me. So yeah, I guess he's top 10. Chris Carter, personally. I think he's 8 or 9.
Run through them names because you froze up.
Yeah, you froze, so we missed.
All right, so I got Randy, T.O., Jerry Rice, Kelvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald. Who else? Who else I see? I had somebody else in there. Oh, I'm one of the few. I've already put Julio there. Yeah. He's already there. So that's what, 6 for me?
Yeah, that's 6.
Yeah.
Well, he might be 7. he might be 7. He's definitely not top 5 for me, but he's 7 to 10. Then it's a bunch of old guys, and I don't really want to argue guys that I didn't like see.
Right.
What names you got on there?
Like I'm about to pull up a list right now. Because they got like Steve Largent.
Yeah, I was about to say, people are going to say Steve Largent.
They got him number 2 on this list. And I'm like,
some are going to say Lynn Swan.
Old heads love Steve Largent, yo.
I didn't see him. They got a dude from 1935 on here. So like, damn, his numbers is crazy. How do you have 488 catches and 100 touchdowns? Jesus Christ.
Back when passes used to get thrown with 2 hands.
So it's wild.
I ain't count nobody from before the Super Bowl era. Let's just start right there.
I mean, let's be honest. The shift is it's not kind of happening. It's already happened. But like in the older days, it was the running backs. You can list them off easily. Like now, it's the wide receivers nowadays that are like killing the wide receivers from back then. Because now there aren't too many running backs now that you're gonna take over running backs back then, minus like the transcendent guys like AP, LT. If you got initials for your name, then all right, you there. But if we gotta say your whole name, we ain't really rocking with you like that. Like,
might be a hot take, but
I actually kind of like that because you think about the great running backs right now. You got CMC.
Oh yeah, AK. You know how it is. You already know the great running backs get the nicknames. That's how it go.
I don't know about AK. No, I'm gonna give it up to him. I'm gonna give it up.
But no, what was your hot take?
I'm probably taking Marvin Harrison over Chris Carter. That's my hot
take.
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay,
100%.
Yeah.
But that was my hot take. Yeah. That's it.
Because Marvin Harrison, I mean, he's the one that everybody's comparing Devontae Smith to because of their build.
Yeah.
But Marvin Harrison was still one of the best receivers in the league during his time.
I know it was different eras, different times, but
they won that Super Bowl.
Go ahead.
Is Chris Carter better than Michael Irvin?
To me, yeah. I'm not like a huge Irvin guy just because he's good. Don't get me wrong, but I think that team was just like
he's that big target, man.
Outstanding.
No, that team
but
just had way too much
whole offense
focus
was
on.
Like that though back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That team was just so good.
Like you couldn't focus on Irvin because if you focus on Irvin, the image just gonna run it down your throat all game.
This list is gonna help me for a fact. First of all, Randy Moss is just wild. Let me stop looking at his numbers. But so Chris Carter, 1,100 catches, 14,000 yards, 130 touchdown. That's high.
And he had the receptions record up until Marvin Harrison broke it, and Marvin
Harrison has one more catch than him, which is petty as shit. 600 more yards and 2 less touchdowns.
And that's with Marvin Harrison playing with Reggie Wayne for
and
a good
34 less games.
Who has 34 less games?
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, so see, that's
2 seasons basically.
Yep.
But he also played with Peyton Manning, which I gotta kind of deduct you a little bit.
Yeah.
He did.
But you also got to think now when Chris Carter played, if I'm not mistaken, his main competitor when it came to the football was just Randy Moss. For Marvin Harrison, he had to deal with Reggie Wayne. He had to deal with Dallas Clark.
I know, I agree.
Stokely. So I mean, he had to share the ball, and he still went out there and produced.
I said Marvin Harrison, so you gotta preach to this choir. I like Marvin Harrison though, real killer.
Wow. I ain't missed that one. You ain't have to do that man like that. Moving on.
Yo, so I'm gonna switch gears real quick. Go from NFL to NBA.
Wait a minute. Hold up. We ain't done with this conversation.
We not done.
I mean, I'm done.
I'm switching gears real quick, man. I want to know, what do the Wizards do with Bradley Beal?
Nothing.
Send him to the Pelicans.
If you're the Wizards, you do nothing because he's your box office.
You tell him
he's your franchise guy now.
Like,
wait it out.
But they can't do nothing right now, and I'm like,
but you got to think they can't do nothing with him, and they can't do nothing without him. So why trade him?
Tell him we gonna suck this year. That's all. All right.
Because the way he's performing these last few games, you might can bring in 2 stars.
He was performing like that last year.
At trade value, going crazy right now.
Like,
I said, I go off what you saying. Slay Joe, I say, yo, you send Lonzo Ball and you send somebody else over from the Pels and maybe a pick.
But see, here's the thing: for the Wizards, any trade will work out because you're going to
Right.
get a king's ransom. It's just the team that Beal's going to. Everything that you give up to get Beal, is that going to help you to beat the Lakers and Clippers or beat the Nets? If it's not,
I mean, nobody's beating the Lakers this year.
then
Like, that's in stone right now.
Don't say that. Like,
The Nets got some shit over there. I'm just gonna put it out.
I was about to say, like, let
With the Nets?
Yes.
The Nets got some shit. We ain't gonna
Don't buy into this whole logic
Or
that the
in
three
Kyrie and
superstars can't
KD.
find a way to work it out together.
The-
They will
the
find
Net-
a way.
First of all, the Nets lost to the Hawks earlier this year.
Everybody,
And I know y'all. Hold on. I know
The
y'all
Lakers
gonna say,
lost to the
James Harden
Pistons.
wasn't there yet.
the Lakers
But
lost to the
the
Pistons.
Pistons.
Are you saying that the Pistons are going to be in the NBA?
I'm not
Finals?
saying that. Listen to what I'm saying. The Lakers lost to the Hawks earlier this year, pre-James Harden. James Harden came. They played 2 more times against the Hawks, and they won by in those 2 games. They won by a combined 7 points.
irrelevant though.
So nobody cares about the regular season.
So it's not like James Harden made them that much better.
This is the question that you always have to ask when it comes to NBA teams. Can you beat them in a 7-game series?
Nope.
If you can't beat them in a 7-game series, beating them once in the regular season means nothing. Because that just means that means that you'll get
James
a
Harden,
game
Kyrie
in the
Irving,
playoffs, so
and
you
Kevin
lose
Durant
4-1.
are going to the
playoffs.
finals this year. I'm not convinced.
Who's gonna beat them?
Who in the East is going to beat them? The Bucks are
Bucks
not
are
playing as well.
trash
The
right
Heat
now,
are
yeah.
already showing that they were frauds from last year. Then for the
I kind of
Celtics, for
sneaky
us,
like the Hawks this year, bro. Like they getting
No.
healthy again.
No.
As they've been getting healthier over the last couple of weeks, now they showing some promise. They getting better.
Healthy over the last couple weeks. Okay, let's.
I'm gonna go through this. Clint Capella has 88 rebounds in
He's
4
been
games.
balling. He's been balling. We give him that. All right. We give him that.
You know what I'm saying? Trey Young putting 30, 40 points up a game again. I think he's averaging something stupid. I read like 35 or 36 points a game this week.
That don't happen in the playoffs.
Okay, hang on, hold
None
up.
of that's gonna fly. Teams
Atlanta
about
right now is sitting in the 6th spot in the East. So you're telling me that with Philly, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Indiana, and Boston being ahead of Atlanta,
losses,
that Atlanta is still going to be the sleeper team to beat the Nets.
I'm saying they lost a bunch of games with a lot of players that weren't healthy.
There's Atlanta 6 or
Look
7.
through them injury reports.
Wait a
They've been
minute.
beat up.
Atlanta is 6 or 7 in the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference.
Again, they haven't been healthy. I
None
don't
of
even
the
think
teams
Chris Dunn has played this year.
Boston hasn't been healthy because Tatum was out for COVID for 2 weeks. Walker was out. Walker's just now coming back. Philly, I don't think Philly's had any injuries, to my knowledge. Except, Embiid always misses a game or two, but
I think Philly's been healthy.
Brooklyn, you got KD coming back
Philly's
from an injury. You got Kyrie coming back from an injury. Milwaukee, they're not hurt, but they just ain't playing the same.
They're just Milwaukee.
Indiana doesn't even have a star right now, but they performing better than y'all.
It's a bonus.
Like,
Good,
and,
like I
and
said,
Cleveland and Charlotte are only a game behind y'all. Well, Cleveland's a game behind. Charlotte's a game and a half behind.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm sorry. I'll give you a game.
See, you looking at the standings, but you're not looking at the injury report.
I just listed
that's
off
what
the
I'm
injury
thinking.
reports of the team.
I'm thinking
ahead,
the
of the teams
conversation is
ahead of
going to
them.
be much different in a couple of weeks. Is all I'm saying. But I kind of like Atlanta this year, man. They young stars. Hunter's playing better. He looks like it's a bona fide star.
Here's another thing. Yes, they're playing better now. They're playing great now. But what the Celtics did in Tatum's rookie year is something that doesn't necessarily happen. A bunch of young guys, a group of young guys, do not go all the way to the conference finals. And
I'm not saying the Nets are not going to the finals. I'm saying I don't see them just. I'm not putting it in stone that they just going just because they got who they got now.
All I'm saying is Atlanta is not beating Brooklyn in a 7-game series. Because this will be the last question I ask. This if you can answer this question, then
okay.
If you can give not answer, because you obviously can answer. If you can give me a good answer to this question, then I'll concede to you. But here's my question: who on the Hawks is stopping KD?
I mean, nobody in the league stopping KD.
All right, then. So.
But it's not like KD's won the championship every year neither, so it's not just on one guy. You know what I mean?
We weren't saying that Brooklyn's winning the NBA Finals. We just said the Hawks ain't beating Brooklyn.
I can feel you on that.
And
All I'm saying, like I said, is I'm not penciling in Brooklyn into the finals yet.
And let's just say for sake of argument, let's say if Cleveland wins a game, if Cleveland wins their next game and Atlanta loses their next game, they would swap places. So Atlanta would be the 7th seed, Cleveland would be the 6th seed. So technically that means Brooklyn. I don't know. But that means Brooklyn and Atlanta would be potentially matched up first round of the playoffs. Atlanta, bye-bye. That's how that would be. But Atlanta's next opponent is the Lakers.
Oh yeah, on Monday. Yeah. I forgot about that.
So
yeah, they got a tough week coming up. I think they got the Lakers. They might have the Cavs.
The Cavs' next opponent is the Timberwolves. I'm not gonna call myself a savant or nothing, but
I know where to slide my money this week.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. I just had a crazy dream, dog.
So let's see here. So the Hawks next 3 opponents: Lakers, Mavericks, Jazz. Jazz are on an 11-game winning streak. Lakers are obviously a favorite to win the title, and Mavericks. I mean, it's just going to be Trey versus Luka. So I think this
might actually be the first Trey versus Luka game. Luka's usually hurt when they play Atlanta. So that's going to be interesting.
So I don't see Atlanta. I see Atlanta going 1-2 in their next 3 games.
That's fair.
So they're going to be matched up with Brooklyn, but Brooklyn can probably pass Philly for the number 1.
Y'all looking at standings game 17 and relax.
Oh, I'm not worried about the final standings right now. I'm just saying, like, it's all those if the season ended today. My biggest thing is that Atlanta's not beating Brooklyn in the playoffs.
Bro, no one's.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that either.
That's exactly what you said.
I'm about to go right back to.
No, I use this as the example, just because everybody has their perception of the Hawks already, and everybody's trying to pencil Brooklyn into the finals automatically.
What's our perception of the Hawks?
I mean, they're a bottom of the barrel team. That's the perception.
My perception is that they will be a playoff team.
They won 10. They won what? They won like 10 games this season so far, right? Yeah, it took them 42 games to win 10 seasons. 10 games. It took them 42 games to win 10 last season.
Okay,
so that's the league's perception.
No one's saying that they're not going to be a playoff team. I 100% believe.
This isn't about Atlanta at all. I'm just saying, like, they weren't that good last year. No, they were terrible last year. They're all right this year, but like I said, they beat Brooklyn once, and then they played them close 2 other times. Is what I'm saying. All
right does not win you a championship. All right does not get you a win in the conference finals.
See, that's what I'm saying. You keep making this about Atlanta. What I'm saying is, if Brooklyn isn't dominating a team that's the 6th seed right now, like repeatedly dominating, when I pencil a team into the finals, this is a team that they're playing playoff teams and they're beating playoff teams by double digits. No problem.
But that doesn't happen. The Lakers weren't doing that last year with KD and LeBron. Or I'm not KD, with AD and LeBron. Because the thing is,
so you tell me if you pull up last season, you're not gonna see the Lakers beat nobody in double digits and no other playoff teams by double digits.
I didn't say that either.
Not dominating.
There is no domination. They got their couple wins where they blew teams out.
The Clippers might have swept us last year in the regular season.
No, I think y'all went.
No, they won the first one. I think y'all won after that. I think Lakers won.
But my point is, like,
no, the Clippers went 2-1 against the Lakers in the regular season,
something like that. So it's not like they were killing. They just.
But the thing is, like,
basketball is just a whole different thing, and they'll be back.
I'm not taking chemistry into play because these guys basically just got together on the, you know what I mean?
Which is 100% a reason.
Yeah, and you know, by playoff time they're gonna be playing different than they're playing right now.
The other major thing is a lot of these older guys understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint. These younger guys don't always understand that. So, you know, they got these great games, these great wins, all this kind of stuff in, you know, November, December, January, February. But then when late March, April, May, and June come around, they ain't around because they're like, oh, well, we didn't prepare for this. Our legs are heavy, yada, yada, whatever excuse you want to throw out there, whatever reason you want to throw out there. So that's why I'm not worried. As long as Brooklyn makes the playoffs, I don't care if they're the number 1 seed or the number 8 seed. As long as they're in the playoffs, then they're gonna be just fine. Doesn't matter who they match.
I mean, they're definitely top 3 seed. That's no.
Right now, I don't see. And now, granted, because of who they have, this is if they all stay healthy. But if a healthy Brooklyn team is in the playoffs, I don't see any team beating them in a 7-game series.
Only team I think have a shot are the 76ers. I know it sounds crazy, but they've been playing great this year. I don't think they will. But because the way you have to beat the Nets is inside. And that's the Bucks and the 76ers are gonna give them the most trouble, honestly. Which are also the best two teams in the East. So makes sense. I don't think the Celtics give them trouble just because Celtics are inside. It's just not it.
I don't know why we just won't get a big man. Like now, I like Robert Williams. We just don't play him a lot. But we've got Tristan Thompson and Daniel Tice down.
So basically, we're just taking the bigs away. Now it's basically you telling me it's Kyrie versus Kemba, Brown versus KD versus Tatum. So like, and I'm taking the Nets over that.
It's just. And everyone knows I'm a huge Celtics fan, but even I'm realistic. Like I understand I think we'll be competitive, but I don't think we're beating them in a 7-game series.
Hopefully not, but didn't look good for Marcus Smart today. But hopefully it's just a calf strain. But
yeah, hopefully because for defensive purposes, we 100% need him.
Oh, for a fact, that's your best perimeter defender, at least by like guard wise, I would say. I don't know.
So that's why for the Celtics, that's why I'm like, don't be trying to do all these trades to try and get such and such. I'm like, if you can't beat Brooklyn, it's not worth it. And that's for any team in the East. And that goes back to the Washington thing with Beal. Any team that wants to trade for Beal, if you're in the East, if you still can't beat Brooklyn, I'm not giving up assets just to get Bradley Beal. If you're in the West, if you can't beat any of the LA teams, I'm not giving up my assets for Beal because you're just doing it. One, you're not putting fans in seats because it's COVID. So there's no point in that. So might as well just keep the assets that you got, just ride out the season, and go with what you got. Try again next season.
That's fair enough.
I agree. But
how many years Beal has left on his deal?
I think just 2.
Okay, that's not terrible at all.
Yeah, he good. He ain't gonna be that
good. He fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Rack up your stats.
He's gonna go get the bag somewhere.
Like literally, again. He should just take his time in Washington as, all right, I'm just going to rack up all my stats, move up on the NBA all-time points list, the NBA all-time 3-point list, do all that. Then when you hit free agency, go sign with Golden State.
Let me make sure. Yeah, he signed a 2-year extension. Yeah, he's chilling.
Don't wish that on the league, man.
He's got 2 years after this. He signed. So this was his last year, but he signed a 2-year extension. So he has 2 years after this.
I don't want to see what Beal and Curry look like on the same uniform.
You say Beal and Curry, you mean Bill Curry and Clay.
He's smart to sign that extension though, while people
What's up with Clay's situation?
The injury with Clay is not going to matter because he can shoot.
The way I saw KD come back, I ain't too worried, to be honest.
Right. Like it's not his game is not being all crazy and dunking and all that kind of stuff.
Is too. It's just at your pace. I'm chilling and I'm gonna just shoot because I can shoot. It's gonna hurt his defense though. That's the one thing that's where it's gonna hurt him a little bit. It's gonna hurt his defense because he was the goddamn best.
But when you got Curry, Beal, and Clay out there dropping, 150 a game, defense ain't that big of an issue.
Sheesh.
But nah. But yeah, like I said, I'm not moving, or if I'm a team, I'm not trading for Beal unless I know for a fact.
Ooh.
Getting him.
I know Graham to know it's like this.
Getting him vaults my team to beat one of the LA teams or Brooklyn, because that's who everybody's chasing. Because let's not fool ourselves. Miami did great last season in the bubble.
But they're going back to the bubble though. So,
are they?
Yeah, they're gonna go back to the bubble.
Yo, that would be the smart thing.
I like the sound of it because
that would be the smart thing to do.
It was better basketball, to be honest.
They've had way too many COVID situations right now.
Getting guys with no flights, without distractions.
You don't want that COVID situation happening.
Did you see Tyler Hero tonight? So he played the game and then found out like at halftime that somebody in his house tested positive for COVID. So like they just play the whole game and Like, it's
Yeah,
over.
now you don't know who the contact tracing gonna be
But no,
crazy.
but
on
wait,
that.
hang on.
Crazy.
To finish my point, I just said that to say that you don't win games without superstars. Jimmy Butler is a star. I don't necessarily
He's a superstar.
I don't.
After
If
what he
you-
did last season, Jimmy
He's
Butler's
not
a superstar.
He's not a superstar because he's not box office. For me personally, you have to be box office to be a superstar. For me,
I mean, that's
No
more of
one's-
a personality and a branding thing. But we talking about what's on the court.
it
Jimmy,
goes- it
Jimmy
goes-
Butler.
If the
It
Heat
goes
had
hand in
been
hand.
able to trade for James Harden, then we're talking about a whole different story. Because you pair James Harden with Jimmy Butler, that helps out. Jimmy Butler is a great number 2 guy.
He's a superstar.
And James
That's
Harden
hard
is
to
your de facto number 1. But Jimmy Butler is not a superstar. He's a
It's
star.
only like, first of all, it's only like 6 or 7 superstars in the league. Let's get that right. It's
That-
not too many. Of
That's
those.
true. Like every
running
team
around.
doesn't like. I'm not Tatum and Brown aren't superstars. They're stars. Like
You can call them young stars. That's what they
yeah,
are. I mean,
I'm
they're
I'm
just
perfectly fine with
young
that. They'll get
superstars,
there,
maybe.
but they're not there right now. Like you're
Only
the
young
superstars-
guy that's already a superstar is Luka, and that's because it's
He
just
just-
the hype. Him and Zion are already superstars. It's just honest. It's just
So
honest.
there's your
It was
two
young
right there.
superstars.
That's
Then you
again. That's a
and then
branding
you
thing.
got you got LeBron, AD, Kawhi, KD, Kyrie, James.
I mean, that fits all the criteria of a superstar. As in branding and play, it's maybe 5. Maybe 5.
So there's 8 right there, and they're all on the same teams.
And shit, Kawhi's not a superstar to me. So Brandon,
Kawhi not a superstar to you?
Brandon, I mean, Kawhi's not. No one's.
Kawhi, man.
He's teetering the line. I think he's the top 5
Nah,
player.
he's certified. He won.
No,
Look,
I'm not
after,
talking
I
about
feel like
player.
after what he did in Toronto, I feel like Kawhi's a superstar.
I mean,
Because you could have choked
I'm
him
not
up
gonna
and just
argue- I'm not gonna argue against it. So I agree. I'm not gonna argue against it.
So I listed 8. There's 30 teams in the NBA. But obviously
young
all
stars though. Like I
all-
think
no, I'm just
Shea-
talking about superstars. Like all teams don't have a superstar, and most of those teams have multiple superstars. That's how you win the NBA finals.
And then when it comes to superstars, it's a room inside that room where the real superstars attend. Out of them 8, only about 3 of them is really, the real guys. I think
yeah,
it's
you figure LeBron, KD, and Curry,
LeBron,
and that's it.
KD, Curry, and
Oh yeah, see, I miss Curry, so there's 9.
Maybe AD.
I don't even give him that.
8
'Cause you gotta be box office.
AD
Box
is
office.
certified now. He a
I'm
champ
not
now
saying he's not
too.
certified, but those 3 are box office.
AD's
box office.
not an alpha superstar.
With AD was in New Orleans, they was
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pull up to this AD game. It wasn't like that.
Right.
So, look, you going if LeBron's in town, you're pulling up. Steph in town,
Yeah,
you're pulling
yeah.
up. KD's in town, you're pulling up. It's
Yeah.
they got that superstar, and they're obviously good, certified. And I think if once Giannis wins, he can enter that group. But until he wins, he's not out in there. But once he wins, he's super.
Yeah, see,
he's like-
Giannis, he's getting into that. I don't.
Yeah,
He's gotta win.
Yeah,
He's gotta
who-
win. It's as simple as
I'm
that.
trying to think who he
He even got to shoot. It's not even a shooting to me. Just
I'm trying to
win.
think
I
who
don't
he
care how
kind of
you
fits
win.
into, but he's fitting
He
into
just
that
gotta
mold.
win.
Like, hey, everyone loved you because you were that unknown guy. You
Mhm.
built up your
Took a
stature.
small market team up
You
into the
I
great
mean,
brought
now
this small
we
market
all-
team up.
it
You were
was cute.
dominate. You won
It was
MVP.
cute.
But now we want you to win championships, and you keep
Like, what are you
faltering.
doing?
So now it's like, oh, it's not cute anymore. You're not a little kid anymore. Now you're this teenager going through puberty. Everybody hates you. Like that's the stage that he's in right now of his NBA career. Like we want to see you do something. What are you gonna do? with
He's
your-
not taking that next step.
What are you gonna do with your career? Are you gonna go up here? Go to the next step, or are you gonna stay down here and be a bum? Like that's basically. And I don't mean bum as in he's not a good
Yeah,
player, but you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
that's where Giannis is right now. He's got to. And if I'm Giannis, I'm hearing this. I understand this. I understand he wants to bring a championship to Milwaukee. But unless you can get another superstar to Milwaukee, bro, you're gonna have to. I mean, it's different now because he signed this contract. But as we can
I
see,
think
you
he'll
can
be fine.
force yourself out of a contract. But he's got
Them
a
supermaxes though.
AD had a supermax.
This is a different situation, man.
AD technically didn't get the Supermax, but
He was just it was the situation made sense for the team, and that was really LeBron forcing his hand more than AD himself.
because technically to get the Supermax, you got to be by
All
the team
pro,
that drafted you,
like
Not
all
the team
NBA
that-
for like
the
a
team-
certain
not
amount of
the
seasons,
team
something like.
the team that drafted you. That's all. To get the
Yeah.
full Supermax, because they want to keep basically big players in smaller markets.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying the contract that he signed when he was in New Orleans.
So it wasn't even a super max then. It was it's just a max. It's all a max. It's just a different.
It was the max that he could get at that time.
Yeah, it's the max he could get
at the time. Yeah.
But he forced
I
himself
think they did that
out
super
of
max.
that
Like,
contract.
didn't they change that like the CBA after right after that?
Mm-hmm. Because they knew the writing was on the wall with some of these big players in these small markets. It's more so for Giannis and like AD. They were trying to keep them there. More so Giannis. Because if LA can offer you the same thing as Milwaukee,
You're going to LA.
but like when Milwaukee can offer me $60 million more, that's different.
And I'm telling you, if Giannis had chosen not to sign that contract, and if he had signed with Golden State this offseason,
league would be over with.
Like,
league is done. Try to trap Giannis and leave Steph open if you want to. See how well that one works out. Build the wall if you want to.
And that's with or without Clay having this injury. Like,
I don't think without Clay, I think it's them versus Lakers, and it's all depending on what the role players do. With Clay, cancel the season. It's over with. I think that'll be worse than with KD was there, honestly. Bro, why is this?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Hold up. Bro, I don't know if you can see this. You see this every
Oh yeah, I recognize that number.
My God.
Hey, you gotta answer that.
She aggressive.
Nah, G Wildin'.
You texted you texted her your Instagram.
I ain't text her nothing.
Oh, okay. She being aggressive. I like it.
If she wasn't
Take the call. Take the call real quick. Take the call.
All right. Well,
I just hit it with a euro. A euro.
Hey,
answer that.
Before we log off, does anybody have any last minute things they want to talk about, bring up, discuss, whatever?
Nah.
Scenic Route Act 2 in stores.
I said discuss or talk about. I didn't say announcements.
Streaming on all platforms.
Hold on, I gotta make my pick.
I gotta get that out there.
You still in that fantasy draft?
I tried.
Yeah, he gonna be there until about 3-4 in the morning if he rocking the whole thing.
I mean, I was already in here, so I was like, you might well.
The killer about the fantasy drafts is you be ready to bow out, and then you see a player
like one player, like, he here, then he here.
Like damn, this guy's still on the board. Let me grab him real quick. And next thing you know, it's round 30.
Bro, tell me how I ended up, and it's by pure accident too. Guess what my quarterbacks are?
Oh,
well, Drew Brees is one.
You said Breeze. Who's the backup? Winston?
Close. Shit.
No.
Taysom. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how. I might as well go look and see if Winston's out there.
I'm curious. What's Taysom rated now after he actually got
70,
to play?
70.
Oh yeah, it's not worth it at all.
I don't know. He was just. I don't know.
If I get an age reduction on Taysom, I'll take it. Make Taysom Hill 21. I'll be good money with that.
But the only thing I gotta say is not much. I just know in 2022, Saints winning the Super Bowl. That's all I gotta say.
Fair enough.
That's all I got.
All they need.
They're gonna be third in the division this year. That's all I'm saying.
You said that this year. I'm not. The NFC South is never gonna be my word. We're not 4 in a row. We chilling. Is when we get to the playoffs. What we gonna do? Matter of fact, I hope we lose the division. We need to. We do something. We gotta shake it up. Let's finish second or something. Shit, I don't know. Because this winning division ain't working, obviously. Let's move the division. Let's try to go through the wild card. Let's just switch it up.
Well, what the Bucks are the first wild card team to make the Super Bowl since
the Giants.
Giants.
Yeah.
I think. I would assume. And they screwed us. The NFL. Never mind. I'm gonna rant. Never mind. I'm done.
He was.
But you see the year
box out from under the bed.
Wait, now hang on now. The NFL.
Here we get the 2 seed, they take the bye week away. You see this bullshit? Like, you see what they doing to us. You see what like Drew Brees and Michael Thomas, they needed their bye week bad.
Y'all played an 8-8 team.
That's
basically a bye week.
The Saints, the NFL helped the Bucks because they helped them in the Washington playoff game.
The Bucks
in the game against you all.
Done.
I don't really think that they missed any call, but Jared Cook should not have fumbled that ball. If Jared Cook doesn't fumble that ball, I really think that game goes in a different direction.
No, the Saints gave that game up with 4 turnovers.
And then in the Packers game, the refs didn't call all these defensive pass interference.
Like the refs stepped in on the Packers game.
Yes, it's like, all right, once the Bucks beat the Saints, I knew it's on. All right, they're not losing.
Honestly, the Packers kind of screwed themselves not kicking that field goal too.
I hate Aaron Rodgers more than I hate Brady, so I was cool with it. I was kind of cheering for the Bucks, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll be real. I don't even hate it as much as you know what. I'm gonna say this for the Facebook group too, man.
And I say hate.
I do not hate Tom Brady. I'm a Falcons fan. I do not hate Tom Brady. I respect Tom Brady, but he plays for the Bucks, so fuck Tom Brady. That's where I'm at with it right now. Great guy, wrong team.
I have not liked Tom Brady since he beat the Eagles, and I'm glad we got our revenge.
I'm cool with Tom Brady, though. The one thing I don't like about Tom Brady in general is just how much credit people give him.
Nobody else credit.
When he's playing with
what's even and that's making this season even worse because now everybody's saying that Bill Belichick did nothing. But my thing is, I'm like, Bill Belichick held the greatest show on turf to what, 14 points, 17 points, something like that in the Super Bowl for one.
When Tom Brady threw for 141 yards and got a Super Bowl,
right? He also, and granted, yes, Malcolm Butler's the one that made the play, but he put the defense in position to make play.
Right, and even though Tom Brady came back from 28-3, what people don't realize is the Falcons stayed at 28. People
right,
that
like that part. Like, had that adjustment.
We stopped playing defense and we totally abandoned the run.
But
even though the Giants won that Super Bowl when the Patriots were undefeated, the thing was the Patriots defense was doing their work throughout the game.
Super Bowl, the Rams scored 3 points. Like, stop playing on me, man. Like,
yes, please give Bill Belichick his credit.
13-3. Stop playing on me, man.
And the Patriots don't even get to that Super Bowl against the Rams if the refs didn't step in on the game against the Jaguars.
Well, we could speak on a lot of time they stepped in before they got there.
So
let's talk about how Bill Belichick shut down the Jaguars in the AFC Championship. Now, granted, the Jaguars also stopped
the refs stepped in.
Because they shouldn't have been playing zone, but it's just Bill Belichick deserves his credit. Like,
won't get it.
Yeah,
there you go.
You're a great defensive coach.
So that's another reason why I don't want Brady to win, because if he wins, it's going to be hell for Bill Belichick.
I will say this, and I'm going to put this, we recording, I'm going to say it. If Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl this year against the Kansas City Chiefs with Pat Mahomes and that offense being healthy and firing at all cylinders,
they're not healthy.
Tom Brady to go.
They're not healthy.
And y'all will never hear a negative word about him.
They're starting an entire second string offensive line.
I'm with you, though.
The Chiefs are starting an entire second string offensive line. Their left tackle.
Right about that.
I don't care. I don't care about that. Nope. I don't care. Nope.
Well,
it's still the Chiefs.
I was just saying that on the health factor.
You're right about that. It's still the Chiefs, though.
Everybody's hurt. What's hurt?
You got Mahomes, you got Kelsey, you got Hill. That offense is moving.
You're in week 21. Everybody hurt. Sorry. Everybody hurt.
So
that's how I go.
I'll call Tom Brady to GOAT if he wins the Super Bowl.
If he wins this year, I'm never going to speak on his name again ever in my life.
Yeah.
He's got it.
7 Super Bowls. You cannot deny 7 Super Bowls.
First year in the NFC, we're done.
And see, but here's my biggest problem with
I'm done.
My biggest problem is because
done.
he's got because football is the ultimate team sport, and there's so many things that can happen. Like look at the Saints, look at the Packers. They had great seasons, and then boom, you come to the playoffs and stuff just happens, and you don't win. Like the Bucks all regular season did not beat a winning record team, and then they get into the playoffs and they're beating, not counting Washington.
Football is luck too now.
But that's the other thing. Like Tom
on
Brady
top of all things, man, to be really honest with y'all, the NFL is a boys' club. It's the good old boys' club.
And Drew Brees is not in it.
Tom Brady's at the top of that pyramid in the good old boys' club.
You know who's next though? Mahomes. You see how they put
Mahomes right behind him, like, oh, you the next guy now.
They gave him a fake Super Bowl MVP already. So, like, stop it. Because Damian Wood was definitely the best player on that team in the Super Bowl. They were like, you threw for how much? 200 yards from home? Take the MVP. Like, fuck it. But he was not the best player in that game. Like,
I will pose this question. This will be my final question before we sign out. Because I did post it on Twitter. So, as an athlete, and we're only doing team-based sports here. As an athlete, would you rather career championship-wise like Montana and MJ, where you go to where you're undefeated in the finals or the championship, or would you rather a career like LeBron and Tom Brady, where you go to multiple, I won't say the most because LeBron hasn't been to the most, but you go to multiple championships, but you don't win them all. Which one would you rather have as a career?
I got different answers for different sports. Basketball, MJ. Football, Brady. Losing the Super Bowl isn't as big in football because 22 starters out there. You can't impact the game the same. But basketball,
unless you're a quarterback that threw 20 interceptions. I'm not saying Tom Brady's threw 20 interceptions.
I agree, but you're still gonna need your defense. You're gonna need that and that. But basketball, you playing both ways, and it's basically all you. It's the best in basketball. The best players win championships. Like 95% of the time, the best player is gonna win a championship. Only time it hasn't happened was 04 Pistons. Best player didn't win. 2011 Mavs, best player didn't win. It's rare that the best player don't win like the championship. Any other year, look at the last 10 years. Who won the championship? Kobe, Steph, KD, LeBron. Like it's
Kawhi.
the best players are Kawhi. The best players are gonna win championships. So in basketball, Jordan could win it's best player versus best player. But football, the undefeated in the Super Bowl don't really do much for me in football, honestly.
I'm gonna agree with your answer. And I'm going to add this, which is a crazy stat that I heard the other day. Tom Brady has been in 18% of all the Super Bowls.
Yeah, he's been in what, 10 or 11? Come on.
This is his
10.
10th
This
one.
is going to be 10.
That's sick.
That's insane.
And it's what, Super Bowl 55?
That's sick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's sick. That's sick. I ain't gonna lie. That's sick.
And in his career, he's been in 48%. Half his career has ended in the Super Bowl.
All right, I got one last question to wrap this up. I just need one answer. How many Super Bowls Brady got? Was he 6-4 or something like that?
6.
Yeah, he's 6-4.
6-4. Flip him and Peyton Manning. Same situation their whole career. What's Peyton Manning record in the Super Bowl?
Peyton Manning's undefeated in the Super Bowl in this situation.
To answer that question, is Peyton Manning
undefeated?
Just to make it even, is Peyton Manning playing the same opponents as Tom Brady?
Yes, everything. He's the Patriots. Everything the same. He's just it's just flipping him.
With 20, if Peyton Manning's the quarterback, 28-3 never happens. That's a close game all game if it's Peyton Manning.
No,
because Peyton Manning gonna throw that pick 6 to Robert Alford. Peyton Manning gonna let all them drives die out.
My thing is, if Peyton Manning is in all those same Super Bowls, he wins 2 more. The 2 more ones that he wins, I'm gonna say that he beats us as the Eagles the second time in 2017 because there's no way that Peyton Manning
not Eli. No, he's not letting you.
He's not letting Eli beat him.
I'm sorry.
So
let's just get out the way.
The 2 against the Giants, he'll get those, and then the one against us, he'll get that because also he's like, I can't let a backup quarterback outdo me. In a situation, and because of our D line was great, our secondary really wasn't like that. So I really think Peyton Manning could have dissected, like he could have torn our defense, our secondary.
You're telling Peyton Manning, hey, go into this game, give me 17 and we gonna win. All right. All right.
And we saw what Peyton Manning did against. Granted, it wasn't because of him, but he did just enough against the Broncos to not lose that game. Yeah, against the Panthers to not lose.
The man's a winner.
So
like that was statistically one of his worst seasons.
Really against the Saints, if it's not for the Tracy Porter interception.
And that's because you don't trust your D. You gotta try and do too much.
Yeah, like if it's not for the Tracy Porter interception, he could be undefeated in the Super Bowl right now. He could be 3-0.
See, I'm gonna leave my tinfoil hat off about that Tracy Porter interception.
I'm just saying. So
because this will go another 40 minutes. I do that.
I've told Sladro that before.
Hold on, what happened? I missed that.
I just said that if it wasn't for the Tracy Porter interception, Peyton Manning could potentially be undefeated in the Super Bowl. Because you also got to think, and I'm just looking at his career. Because one, you also had granted, he lost against the Seahawks.
We're not doing that.
That game was thrown from the get-go.
They're not beating us. No, they're not beating us though. But we just gonna stop right there.
Yeah, okay.
Like I said, if I keep put my tinfoil hat on about that game
against the Seahawks, they lost that game off rip because it's just like what happened to Pittsburgh against the Browns in playoffs.
We won that game.
Your first snap, if it goes over your head and the defense gets the score, because I think actually for them they got a safety instead of a touchdown like the Browns got. But still, like you score and the other team gets the ball back, it's downhill from there. And the Seahawks just ravage. And then he lost that one and he lost the one against the Saints. But outside of that, I've always said that I've always said Peyton Manning is the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
I have no problem, even though I don't like him, I have no problem saying that Tom Brady is obviously the most accomplished football player of all time.
Always split that up. Greatest is the same thing. Greatest is accomplished, and every time I say best, I mean a whole different thing. I got 3 categories. I got greatest, I got best, and I got most talented. 3 different conversations for me.
And Brady is most definitely not the most talented.
No, he's the greatest. He's the greatest by I want to say by far. He's the greatest by far.
I mean, you talk about talented. We can talk about Michael Vick.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but because the thing was with Vic was he didn't really learn how to throw until he got to Philly. That was the thing.
Talented is
Nah, man, dope, man.
No, there's a difference between being able to throw a deep ball.
He ain't read no playbook in Atlanta.
Look at his career. Look at his accuracy throughout his time in Philly versus his time in Atlanta.
That's what I'm telling you. He wasn't reading the playbook in Atlanta.
See, but this
so that's not that he can't be talented then.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. He was bringing us to the playoffs, but the man ain't reading no playbook. He wasn't focused in Atlanta. He was still a young kid. He can't. Then when you gotta understand, Philly was a second chance. He just got out and was like, "Yo, I want to play ball." Started taking it seriously. So Vic looks way, way better in Philly than he did in Atlanta because he was focused. If that was Vic. If Atlanta got Vic from Philly, he'd still be playing in Atlanta.
So we're discounting.
That's what I'm saying.
Thing is on the GOAT debate. So you got your most accomplished, your best, and your talented. In those 3 subjects, you got some quarterbacks. I think Tom Brady, when he goes best and most accomplished, he's at the top. But talented, way at the bottom. Peyton Manning is the only guy that I can probably fit in the top 3 of each of those categories. As in GOAT, most accomplished, most talented, and just best numbers wise. See, I think Drew Brees he's up there accomplished and best
talent.
in the stats, but talent we seen him throw. But
I mean,
we seen him throw recently. He wasn't always
now.
Let me finish.
Brees had the arm talent, man.
Let me finish. Accuracy wise, he's probably the best ever there.
He is the GOAT for accuracy.
See, accomplishments, I think he's in mid tier, and I think talent he's mid tier. But best, I think he's number 1 in best if you go to just numbers wise. Because best to me is just numbers. That's just strictly numbers, no, just numbers wise. He's gonna be number 1.
I rock with that.
But I think accomplishments.
I mean, Brady plays another season, then all of them numbers get crushed too.
Yeah, but you take another. You already played more games.
But see, and here's my issue with that, because I will say this: the same thing. It's my same issue. It's my same issue with the NBA. At some point, it does become a longevity thing, because Peyton Manning had all those records, but he didn't play as long as Breeze and Brady. So that's why in certain situations, like I break it down as a per game situation. So LeBron has more total points than MJ, and I'm just doing this for example because I know these numbers off the top of my head. I know LeBron has more total points than MJ, but MJ has a higher career average because he's averaging 30.1 a game, and LeBron's not. LeBron's I think at 27. So so even though
you'd have to probably look at season averages instead of
even though he has more
total.
Even though he has more total, like my thing is, I'm like if you do it on the per game, there's difference per game. So yes, Brady and Breeze have more passing yards than Peyton, but that doesn't necessarily throw Peyton outside of any GOAT debates or anything like that, and touchdowns and all kind of stuff. Now stuff that's not necessarily equating to total numbers, like accuracy does not equate to total numbers. Accuracy is just accuracy. Now, granted,
that's why he separated all that.
The more you throw, yes, it can help you out. Like you have more leniency, but still, if you throw bad, you throw bad. So that's why Breeze is, in my opinion, the unquestioned GOAT when it comes to accuracy. Like total touchdowns, total yards, and stuff like that. To me, I don't hold as much weight to that for certain GOATs because it's a longevity type deal. But you do have to give those guys credit for playing longer.
Of course, but hey, I know we're talking if Tom Brady wins, he's the GOAT. But if he lose, I can't wait. But if he lose,
I don't care. It's just like when he threw for 505, a playoff record against us, he still lost.
I got me a fresh bottle of Brown waiting on that one.
I don't care if he throws for 506. If he loses. We might have to have him.
Sitting in my fridge waiting for Tom Brady to lose, man.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
If he win, I'm shutting up forever. But if he lose, boy, I tell you, they gonna call me a hater because I'm gonna be hating. I'll tell you that.
Hey, but on that note, we're gonna leave it because by the next time we record our next podcast and it posts, it'll be after the Super Bowl. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, because this one will post.
Maybe.
This one will post this
you
week.
meant after it posts, yeah.
Yeah, the posting will be after the Super Bowl.
We might want to do the podcast.
So we might do an emergency one or
we could do a live one maybe or something like that. We'll talk about it.
Doing a podcast before the Super Bowl, the day before the Super Bowl ain't really it.
Right. So but I say
maybe right after the game. Nah, not right after the game.
It all depends.
Because we can record right now.
If the Bucks lose, we probably can. But if they win, I won't record after the game.
I'm with you on that one.
And Jordan's definitely not getting on if the Bucks win the Super Bowl. So.
Exactly. So if the Bucks lose, I'm down to hop on it. So,
but we'll keep you all posted. Once again, y'all know, follow us on Instagram at Sports Gaming Anonymous. Follow us on Twitter at Sports Games Anon. Join the Facebook group Sports Gaming Anonymous. Join our individual Twitch pages. We also live stream from our YouTube page. Almost choked for a moment. Let's see. That's about it. Scenic Route Act 2 is out. That's all we got. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next time. Deuces.
Act 2 here for you. I ain't never gonna stop.